the hell did you do? Did you run that stop sign? See? I told you. I told you.
Girl, what the hell are you talking about? I just been driving. You seen me. Hell, they probably after you because one of your quote-unquote well-cooked meals finally killed somebody. I knew it was gonna happen.
Pull over now, buddy.
Look here. If they ask me about your gumbo surprise you made the other night, I can't tell a lie. You know it had me in the bathroom all night. Just saying.
Boy, don't make me slap you and go to jail before we get to my mama's house. Come to think of it, it might be worth it.
Now don't you say nothing that's gonna get us shot, you hear? That white man look like he need a hug or something. Call your sister. She like to get down.
Oh, you think you funny, huh? Well, won't you just tell him some jokes, Dave Chappelle, and see if that stops him from kicking your butt?
Well, I know what I'd do if you wasn't here. How can I help you, officer?
Good afternoon, sir. Can I get your license and registration?
You sure can, officer. As soon as you give me a reason as to why you pulled me over.
When you give me your license and registration, I'll tell you why I pulled you over. Understand, Kanye West? Now, license and registration or you're going to jail, buddy.
Well, officer, according to the Supreme Court, Delaware versus Prouse, and Wren versus United States, you need to have a reason to pull me over, which means I need to have broken some type of law first. So I ask you again, why did you pull me over, officer?
Oh, is that right? And who are you supposed to be? Johnny Cochran's little brother? But you look like Kanye. So what do I call you? Yeezy Cochran? Oh, that was pretty funny. I cracked myself up.
Well, Officer Jim Carrey, I don't answer questions, but I do ask them. Like, what's your name, badge, and surety bond or insurance number so I can go file a claim for you violating my constitutional rights as soon as we're finished with our little comedy routine.
What was that?
You heard me, Officer Joe Rogan. What's your name, badge, and surety bond or insurance number so I can go file a claim for you violating my constitutional rights? Didn't think I knew about that, did you? Am I still funny?
Well, well, look at that. Yeezy Cochran knows his rights. What's that, dispatch? Someone robbed the Krispy Kreme. You're damn lucky, buddy. You get off with a warning this time. I gotta go save the world.
Whatever you say, officer. Good luck.
Boy, what the hell are you doing?
Huh? Oh, I was just dreaming about the stuff I could say. You know, if you wasn't here. Just playing.
Well, Mr. Chris Rock, while you were daydreaming, the officer jumped back in his car and took off. So I guess you can drive now.
Why? What happened? Where did he go?
I don't know. He screamed something about Krispy Kreme and jumped in his car and took off.
What the
What up, people? How many of y'all seen that? That's been up there for about a couple years. I did it a couple years ago. Only a few of y'all saw that. Y'all should be supporting and watching them damn videos. You know how long it took me to do that? That was off the chain. Actually, it only took me a couple hours to do it, but still off the chain, though, ain't it? Appreciate you. What up, everybody? On this Saturn's day, trying some new stuff with videos. I don't know how it's gonna go. I just be winging it. So ain't no professional crap over here. I'll just be winging it. But what up, people? Y'all came in here early. Professor C, saw you early. Let's see. Soul Sus, Travion McClinton. Excuse me. Atun and Twain. Atun and Twain. Dwayne Hicks. What up, Johnny West? Barry Simers. I think it's Simers. DJ Sherm. Hold up, DJ Sherm. King Lemuel Productions. Got you. Who was that? Danger Man Dubs. Elijah L. McBay. Can you guys hear me good on this? Let me know in the chat if you guys can, if I'm good on the microphone. Was that Mary Lane? Just Jalen? Just Jalen. What up? What up, Jalen? Tracy S. Soul Sus, I got you. What up, Frugally Yours? Let's see. Who else we got? Mrs. Cherry. I got you, DJ Sherm, Melanated Brown. Just saying. Who else we got? Niji 26. Bro, L Wise, what up, bro? Hey, L Wise, get ready. You getting ready to do a lot of verses real soon, bro. Just letting you know. Get prepared. This is what we do. We battle. We do courtroom battles and know your rights. So if you want to get over there, we be battling, man. We telling you, we do mock court in there. So get you ready to go to court for real. So you going next, bro, LY. Sorry, brother. But so am I good on the mic? I see. Am I good? What up, Des Denali, Kevin Corbin, Jolliver, 1999. Gotta get everybody. Queen T. Who was that? John Root, Spread Wealth, 419. Who's that? Brother Tyrone. What up, Sammy Sam Stone, 41. Ron Spinks. Who's that? Was it Kind Sean? You're kind? I hope you are, Sean. Antonio Santos. Adwell L. I got you, Elijah. Jesus. Travis Bailey. What up, Pookie J? Maurice Moore. That Chuck Diesel. There's a bunch of y'all in London Show. There's a bunch of y'all in here. Man. I get you, Christopher Banks. I got everybody. Oh, RK Strength Training. I think I got everybody. What's up, y'all? This is the new crazy format. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how long we're gonna keep it. It's a whole lot of work. Damn it. But as long as we got it going, we're gonna see what's happening with it. But appreciate you guys for showing up. But as you know, we gotta handle some business before we get going. So make sure you guys, I want to make sure you guys support
Yo, can you guys hear me? Yo, yo, yo. Nope, still no sound. I can't read. Damn. Put a 1 if you can hear me. I'm back. 1, we good? All right, damn. God dang. So finally. God damn. So I was saying, thank for all the people who didn't hear me. Appreciate you guys for supporting, but make sure you get over to realnagas.com, get the great book of melanin research. Got to say all this damn shit again, and it's hot as hell up in here. I got to say all this again, but make sure you get the great book of melanin research, the hard copy, and you will get the whole police stop law package for free. That's the public official bonds book right here. Boom. You also get the constitutional rights card, the Know Your Rights manual. Boom, I can show you here. The qualified immunity card and notice right here. And you also get the flashcards, police stop flashcards 1 and 2. I only show law and government flashcards here, but you get police stop flashcards volume 1 and 2. So again, order the great book of melanin research, the hard copy right here. Boom. You guys should see it right here. Bam. Bam. Look at that beautiful visual right there. Make sure you hook it up. So great book. And then you get the bonus gift as you see right here. So appreciate you guys for supporting. Also, if you didn't hear Timmy Tight Top, make sure you go get the weed juice for Timmy Tight Top. That's if you've been here, you know Timmy Tight Top and the juices. I just don't have any today, Timmy Tight Top. So that's 323-776 2587. Again, 323-776-2587. Tell them you saw it on Real Nagas, the live stream, and it's 5 off juice is the code. So boom, make sure you hook it up. Hook up the home. You got to support everybody. Appreciate you. You hear me now? Everybody can hear me now? All right, we all good. Dang dog. Thank goodness. Man, I didn't know what was going on. Again, this is my first time doing this. I never used StreamYard before, so if I get messed up, hey, well, no, as Dion Cole said, well, no, I'm just kidding. But appreciate you guys. So again, let me bring this back. So let me show you guys a little something. So again, if you haven't been over, also make sure you get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org right here and sign up for the law for free. This is how we teach. I know you never seen the website before, most of you. You should have been there, but this is our website right here. So make sure you get over here, sign up as a volunteer. Just go over here, you click volunteers, bam, and boom. You see we see all the type of volunteers we need right here. You can see it right here: community organizers, accountants, stuff like that. But we need you. If you're just a person who just wants to get out there and teach the people, boom, get over here, hit us up. We'll teach you for free as long as you make the commitment to get back out there and pay it forward. All right. We don't just teach you to come get this information and hold it on to yourself. You got to get back out there, teach it to the family, your friends, the public, the community, and then boom, we have our deal. So just click that, send us a message, and you'll get that. You'll get the little form to send us a message. Send it to us. We'll send you back a questionnaire form, just a couple of questions, just to see who you are, where what you know a little bit. And, because we have to vet the people, and then you send it back and we get you an interview. Boom. Just that simple. It's only 10 questions. So don't act like it's not a big giant test or anything like that. So don't think it's like that, but boom, make sure you get over there. And then I think President Trump has a President Trump. He knows. Listen to the man. Thank you, President Trump. Now, if you bomb Iran, you a bitch ass. But if you don't bomb Iran, thank you for that message. But that's how we doing, people. So let me come back up. So how we doing, y'all? We good today? How we doing? We okay today? But y'all ready to get into it? Again, everybody, thank you for the Cash App, for hitting me up on the Cash App. It's right there on the screen. Again, they took me out of the monetary program, the partnership program for YouTube. So if you want to help me out, this is the way to do it. Again, hit me up at the Cash App. It's right there at the bottom of your screen, baby. Right at the bottom of your screen. Come on, baby. No, I'm just kidding. But I appreciate you guys for supporting. Also, the best way to get at to help me is through the ordering the Great Book of Melanin Research. All right. So you're ready to get into it. Ready to get into it. Oh, really quick. Happy summer solstice to the people. Happy summer solstice, y'all. Happy summer solstice. Man, you know we got to get back on in alignment with the universe. Basically, this is why we were who we were in the past. We were in alignment with nature, the universe, harmony, and you know, whenever celestial events happened, we were in tune, we were in line, and we used that energy. We invoked that energy. So right now we're in the summer solstice, when the sun is at its highest point, the longest day of the year. Right now, first day of summer supposedly, but that's summer solstice. So make sure you get out there, do your rituals, write your stuff down. You know, this is my ritual. I'm just giving you an example. My ritual is whenever I need from the universe, I write it down, fold it in to me because I want to bring it into me. Then boom, light it on fire and set it back out into the universe. That's how you're supposed to get it done. Again, right? Whatever it is, you have the power of the sun at your disposal right now. So again, invoke it, tell it. Again, you guys, you know, the universe is like Chat GPT. Do y'all know that? The universe is just like Chat GPT. What do I mean by that? If you ever use Chat GPT, the more detailed you are in your description, or what they call a prompt, the better you're going to get, the better information you're going to get, the better image. If it's an image you're looking for, the better image you're going to get. No matter what it is, if you're more detailed when you get into that prompt, that's why there's something called they have prompt software, because they know people aren't creative. You don't know how to really say things in detail. So they'll actually give you a prompt creator that'll go in there and really hone it in detail and say, use this type of color here, and boom, put this over here, and make sure there's shading over here in this part of the street, and then the light shines down on this mirror on the corner of this of the car here. You got to be that detailed when you're talking to the universe. Seriously. The universe is a blank canvas. You are God. All of you are gods. And whatever you tell it to do, and then put the action out there, it ain't just talking. You got to put the action out there. So whenever you do that, boom, it brings it back to you. But it starts with the thought, putting it out into the universe and then bringing it back. So that's the way we doing it. Shalom, what up? What up to the people? Let me see if we can get some. Who was that? Eric Mason. What up, brother? What up, Eric Mason? What's happening? Says fold. That's right. Fold it into you. You want things coming into you, Jalen. So if I want things so anything that you want to get away from you want to get out of your life, you fold the paper away from you because you're trying to get it away from you. But if you're trying to bring things into you, yes, you want to mimic all of that energy coming in. You want to pull that energy towards you. So that's fold that paper towards you, and that no matter what it is, once you get it down here, you turn it, fold it again towards you, turn it again, make sure every fold is coming in towards you. Then put it in a pan or whatever, a pot, set it on fire, then release that ash back out into the to the universe. All right, because it comes from the universe through you, Boom, you manifest it in detail and thought, and then boom, you let it back out to the universe. Then you have to put the physical energy behind it to do the work. So that's how we work right here. All right, everybody. So happy summer solstice to the people. Summer solstice, baby. This is when you can, this is the sun. This is where you can really invoke some stuff. Now, what I want you guys to do is get with me and let's do a collaboration, a group meditation, or group asking from the universe on stopping these evil people who are trying to start war. We know who we talking about, the Khazarians and the rest of the damn evil people who think they run the world, but their time is up. It's over. And they keep trying to push this bullshit. And we're not having it no more. So right now, we have the power to do this. Again, just the same power as in the winter solstice or during the equinox. These are powerful times. This is why they held rituals at these times. You can invoke major power from these celestial events. And so when you say it, you tell it, I invoke the energy of the sun to help propel my goals, to propel whatever it is. Be detailed. Let the universe know. God damn it. You say, God damn it, universe, you better bring your ass over here, God damn it. You understand, universe? But that's how it works, though. I'm playing, but that's just how it works. You got to tell the universe what you want from it, and then it will follow. It will say, okay, it's a yes person. You ever see that movie with Jim Carrey? Yes, man. That's the universe. Yes, yes, yes. That's why if you keep talking, I ain't shit, I'm broke, I'm this and that, blah, 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 the universe says, okay, yes. That's why mind your words, mind your vibration in the universe. So merry solstice to the people. merry solstice, because then the sun starts to descend. It was on its ascent ever since the winter solstice. The sun hits an ascent up to, then it comes above the ecliptic here, the equator, and then boom, every time, so boom, when it hits summer, it starts to descend. So now every point from today, the sun will be descending, going back down. So make sure we back on our game, everybody. Appreciate you guys. All right. So let's get into what we need to get into. Hold on real quick. Oh, so I wanted to show you this before we do that, because you guys seem to want to show you something real quick. So I told you guys I had a new series of shirts, and I want to show you guys, because you guys be sleeping on my damn t-shirts, man. These t-shirts is off the chain. Y'all don't get it. I got hundreds of shirts in it, dope ass shirts. Y'all be sleeping on my damn merch, man. Straight up. I'm a dope ass designer. I'm trying to tell you. Let me show you. So this is the FIFO, F around and find out, right here. Hold on. Oops. So this is FIFO right here. This is the Zodiac FIFO. So FIFO, for you don't know, is F around and find out. Fuck around and find out. But the deeper meaning of that is cause and effect as far as universal law. But really all that means is your actions have consequences. That's it. There's consequences to your actions. There's repercussions, consequences and repercussions. You ever seen the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin? There's consequences and repercussions. So that's all that means. And if you don't believe that, and what is a consequence? A consequence doesn't mean something negative. A consequence, again, you got to take the words con, C-O-N, means with or together. So when you initiate an action, that sequence comes with another sequence. That's all consequence means with. So whenever you perform an action, that action comes with another sequence of events that's going to play out as well. That's usually the opposite, on the opposite vibration of that. So Again, F around and find out. So these are my shirts. You probably can see it better right here. Boom. Tell me that ain't off the chain. Look at these. Bam. These are off the chain. Let me show you. These are like an art collection. I designed these to mimic like art. So here's the yin and yang right here. This is sacred geometry yin and yang right here for the FAFO. Bam. Would you say Mel? What? No blue? It's down there somewhere. What you mean? There you go. You happy about your little blue shirt? Damn it. You see it right there? So that's that's the yin and yang. Now this right here is Van Gogh, Starry Night. If you guys know about Starry Night, that's one of the most famous paintings ever in the world. Vincent Van Gogh, Starry Night. Actually, here it is. I think I got a copy of it right here. So this is Starry Night. So this shirt, this is a very famous painting. It's worth like fucking $100 million, some shit like that. So this right here, this is the Starry Night. Took the Starry Night style and made a hip hop cat with the chain down there in Starry Night. FAFO. Hey, these are off the chain, people. Boom. This is Picasso. I have a series of Picasso shirts in FAFO. Tell me that ain't dope right there. Come on, y'all. You can't tell me that ain't dope. Look at that. With the eyes. Come on, with the eye up in there. So you probably can see it better on here. Bam. You see it better on the white. Most art you can see better on the white canvas. Now, this right here is my Boondocks joint. This is supposed to be in the style of Boondocks. Tell me that ain't off the chain. Look at that. Tell me that ain't off the chain right there. That FAFO, you know that's off the chain. We got them in different colors. Boom. I think it probably look better right there. Boom. You can see that. You can really see the colors off of that. So get in here. Oh, here's this one I think is probably one of my favorite right here. Look at that. So this is the Ernie Barnes inspired. So I told you I did a lot of artists, Picasso, Van Gogh. This is Ernie Barnes, and this is for the African. This is the African style from Ernie Barnes, excuse me. And he did the Sugar Shack, the painting that comes on Good Times, that comes before Good, that's called the Sugar Shack. And tell me that ain't off the chain. Come on. Come on, man. So we have them in all different styles. Look at the sister right there. Just gonna show you guys a couple more. Oh, this is another Ernie Barnes style right here with the African art, FAFO and the African art. So these are all hidden within the art, which are pretty dope. So you can see I got yin and yang, got the Lakers yin and yang, but this one here, these are the Boondocks. These are Boondocks. You see Riley and Huey. I mean, this is Riley and Huey. FAFO in the Boondock style. Bam. The Boondocks ones are off the chain. Let me show you. The Boondocks joints are off the chain. Look at that. The Boondocks joints are off the chain. Got Riley and the whole family. Let me show you this one. Look at that. The Riley and the Huey right there. So I think I got, hold on. Oh, this is the one. This is my favorite one right here, I think, for me. That one's my favorite one. Now you can see it. That's my favorite Boondocks one right there. That's off the chain. Now, come on, y'all. Get in here and support. Make sure you get in here with the FAFOs. Again, I got so many. Oops, hold on. I want to make sure I show you the. Oh, really quick. This is also another one in the Picasso style. Can you even see it? Can you see it in there? That's off the chain, ain't it? Look at that. Boom. Here's another one in the Picasso FAFO style. So, hey man, get over here. Make sure you support Real Nagas, get in there. Buy. Oh my God, I forgot to show you this one right here. This is the other. The African art. Bryce, can you see the lady? Can you see the ladies, the African sisters in the A and the O? Man, worked hard on these. So make sure you support. Appreciate you guys. All right, guys, let's get into it. So, a story comes out. This is really crazy. A story came out that hold on. Story came out that Donald Trump has been a Khazarian plant since 2016. Damn it. And he was playing, they were playing us like a fiddle. So basically the story came out. So we didn't know this story actually came out. Oh, really quick, guys! I forgot to show you this shirt. So this is also another one of my shirts that's in the thing. This is a traffic stop with Darth Vader and Yoda, and right here it says, I don't know if you can see this, but it says, "Do you have any Ewoks or lightsabers in the vehicle?" And then he says, "I don't answer questions." It's supposed to say, answer questions I do not, but it got messed up. But boom, he's in the Millennium Falcon, getting pulled over by Darth Vader. Can you see the this is a TIE fighter with police lights on it. Darth Vader, "Do you have any Ewoks or lightsabers in the vehicle?" Answer questions I do not. Answer questions I do not. So again, that's one of my shirts over there. But so getting back to the story. But Trump, though, has been a Khazarian ball gargler since 2016. We're really all along, ever since his daughter married Kushner, the Kushner dude. We knew he was embedded with the Khazarians. And his daughter turned Khazar Jewish religion. Supposedly, that's what they said. And then I think now they try to say that Trump is Christian, but back then there was reports that he was switching over to Judaism or whatever. But and then he went to the wall and put his hand on the wall with his little tiny hat on and shit. He had his hand acting like he was doing his little prayer on the wall, like everybody got to do. All the politicians got to go praise, got to go bend the knee to Khazaria every time they get elected, which is some crazy shit. Why do you the first damn trip every politician makes when they get elected is going to Khazaria? Does that make any goddamn? Why does every single politician, the first, where are you going when you get elected? Well, I'm going to Israel. I'm going to Israel. Why wouldn't I not go to Israel? Israel is the greatest country ever in the world, and then America. But Israel's better. Like motherfucker, y'all full of shit. They asked the in the New York mayor race, they got the socialist dude running. He's a Muslim, I think, and he's running against Cuomo. And so in the debate, they went around and asked all the candidates where they were going if they got elected. What would be their first trip? And most of them said Israel. Some of them said, "I'm going to another country. I'm going to see my family or something like that." And then they said Israel. But most of them said Israel. Most of them I'm going to Israel. I'm going to Israel. Like it was back like the when they win the Super Bowl back in the day. Remember the old Super Bowl commercial? Tom Brady, you just won your 7th Super Bowl title. Where are you going? I'm going to Disneyland. Going to Disneyland. They planned that shit planned out. Remember them damn commercials? I'm going to Israel. I'm going to Israel, everybody. That was Cuomo. And then they got to what's his name? The socialist cat, and he was like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when you first get elected? Well, I'm going to stay here and see what my citizens need. And he was like, I'm going to stay here. He's like, why the hell would I need to go to Israel? Like, and they asked him, well, you're not going to go to Israel? Why would I need to go to Israel? You need to explain that. What the hell does Israel got to do with New York? Does Israel have any bearing on New York? No. So that's what was happening. And so Trump, it came out that Trump, your boy Trump Bizzle, was a Khazarian ball gargler. And this came out in 2023. In the book, there was a book called The Candidate and the Spy. 2023, The Candidate and the Spy. And so it says, in December 2017, the Trump administration formally recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and announced plans to move the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Now, why did Trump do that? Remember when Trump did that in his first he did that like with a quickness. 2017, right after he got elected. Right after he got in office. That motherfucker was like, so that was about maybe a year after he got in office. Not even a year, maybe what, 8, 7, 10 months after he got in office, he announced it. That was the deal. So what happened? How is he a Khazarian ball guard agent? So in 2016, when he was losing to Hillary, so actually, I think I got the story. So basically, I'm gonna give you the background. So in 2016, when he was losing to Hillary, Netanyahu came to Trump and said, "Hey, look here, pimp, you losing, my nigga. You about to lose this one, dog. If you don't let us help you, you know what I'm saying? We just happen to have some stuff on Hillary if you want it." And he was like, "How you get some stuff on Hillary?" NUKE was eavesdropping on a country who was eavesdropping on America, who was eavesdropping on Hillary. So they got the stuff that country was eavesdropping on Hillary with. Like, look here, man, we got all this stuff on Hillary. If you want it, we can give it to you. So this is like 4 months before the election, they said. And he started funneling, Netanyahu started funneling Trump with all the Hillary shit. Not just Netanyahu and what was that dude named? Roger Stone. He was the main dude who received it, and then he funneled it to Trump. So the deal was you move the embassy to Jerusalem, American embassy, and declare Jerusalem the capital of Israel. And the second thing was you got to start a war with Iran. You got to start a war with Iran. Now, I'm going to show you the video in a second, but this is how it played out. Trump was supposed to start the war with Iran in his second term. That's why October 7th happened during the Biden administration. That was already planned because Netanyahu and Israel and them, NUKE, they needed a boogeyman. They needed a reason to be able to go full force against Iran and Hamas and all the rest of them, right? So they needed a false flag. That was planned, but it was supposed to be during the Trump administration, and Trump was just going to be like, go get them, right? Just go smash on Iran. But that didn't happen because Biden was in there. And really, Biden wasn't in there. That motherfucker was fucking drooling while he was eating his fucking cornflakes. What day is it? That nigga was doing that. So somebody else was running shit, and they wasn't with attacking Iran. So NUKE, Netanyahu came to Trump again. It's like, hey, look here. If we get you in the office this time, you got to attack Iran. Okay? Deal? There's a deal, right? You get in the office, you got to attack Iran. Cool. Now, Trump made that deal because he was going to go to jail. If he didn't get elected this time, Trump was going to go to jail. So that motherfucker made a deal with NUKE to get elected twice on both elections, and he had to give up the goods to Netanyahu, and that's why it seems like he completely flipped on this shit. So let me show you something. All right, hold on a second. Now you see this? Watch this. No sound? The fuck? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yo. Yo, can you hear me? No sound on the video. What? You guys can't hear that? You can hear me, but not the video. What? Hold on. How the hell? Hold on. So I had to stop the screen. So you guys can hear me. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this again, because you guys need to hear this. Hold up. Wait a minute. To share audio. Share the tab instead. Hold on. To share audio, share a tab. Boom. Hold on. Yo, now let me see if you can hear this. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. So StreamYard is blocking the sound somehow. I don't know how the hell they doing it. God damn, man. Hold up. I'm gonna try this one more time. Try this one more damn time. Hold on. All right. Oops. All right.
A lot is made of in going after Russia, saying it tried to
Can you hear that?
overthrow the
Yes, no, yes. Could y'all hear that?
2016 election or spin it for Trump. What actually is
We can hear? Okay. All right. Damn, finally. All right. So we got to go back. Because you got to hear this. All right, here we go.
We're here today because it's out of the question to once again raise the retirement age. It's
Wait a minute. What the hell? What just happened? God damn. All right, hold on. This is crazy. All right.
as mass protests rock Israel against the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his plan to overhaul on the protest against Cop City.
Oh, hold on.
Charged with
I will kill, I
All right, here we go.
Poor Innocent Song by the Palestinian singer and songwriter Rasha Nagas. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. As mass protests rock Israel against the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his plan to overhaul Israel's judiciary,
Here we go.
we turn now to look at how Netanyahu secretly tried to help Donald Trump win the 2016 election. That's the focus of a new cover story in The Nation headlined "The Candidate and the Spy." Longtime award-winning investigative journalist James Bamford reveals Netanyahu dispatched a secret Israeli agent to the United States in the spring of 2016 to meet with advisors to Trump and offer to share secret intelligence with the campaign against Hillary Clinton. The story is based in part on a series of text messages sent by the Israeli secret agent to Trump advisor Roger Stone. In one message from August 12, 2016, the agent wrote, quote, "Roger, hello from Jerusalem. Any progress? He's going to be defeated unless we intervene. We have critical intel. The key is in your hands," the text read. Later, the agent wrote, quote, "October surprise is coming." James Bamford writes, quote, "While the American media and political system fixated on Russian President Vladimir Putin and his armies of cyber warriors, trolls, and bots, what was completely missed in the Russiagate investigation of 2016 was the Israeli connection. No details of it were ever revealed in the heavily redacted Mueller report or in the Senate Intelligence Committee report." James Bamford joins us now from Washington, D.C., author of many books. His latest, Spy Fail: Foreign Spies, Mole Saboteurs, and the Collapse of America's Counterintelligence. Jim, welcome back to Democracy Now! It's great to have you with us. Take us on this journey. Talk about what happened, why we know a lot about Russia, or at least a lot is made of and going after Russia, saying it tried to overthrow the 2016 election or spin it for Trump. What actually is documented here is Israel's involvement. And yet Mueller report, Senate Intelligence Committee, it looks like they knew, but just didn't want to talk about it.
Well, exactly. The documents I got are from the FBI. There are the FBI affidavit about this. There's documents, numerous quotes from the secret agent, the Israeli secret agent sent by Netanyahu, talking about the PM, which the FBI agent indicates was the prime minister, and lays out a months-long plot, basically from May of 2016 till the fall of 2016, right up to the election. This was investigated by the Mueller team. It was the Mueller team, the Mueller FBI agents who actually got a search warrant for the secret agent's communications. And that's what these documents are. These are the basis of that investigation from the FBI and the Mueller team. But all this was redacted from the final Mueller report. All they focused on was Russia, and in the end, they basically gave Russia a bill of health. They said that there was no collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign. They left out a little bit from the report, and that's that there was collusion, but it was from Netanyahu and Israel to the Trump campaign, and it went on for months and months, and involved providing the Trump campaign with secret access to the information that the Russians were picking up from Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC. In other words, the Israelis, they have a very, very sophisticated eavesdropping organization, Unit 8200. It's their equivalent of the NSA. And they were eavesdropping on the Russians and eavesdropping on Wikigate, and Julian Assange, and they were picking up all this information that the Russians were getting from the Clinton campaign and the DNC. And rather than giving it to the President of the United States, to Obama, which is what an ally is supposed to do, especially one that gets $4 billion a year, they instead were giving it to the Trump campaign, secretly giving it to the Trump campaign in order to get concessions from Trump when he became president. And hopefully they were going to help make him president.
Let's talk about that moment, why this was so critical for Netanyahu. Talk about the quartet, the direction Obama and the quartet were going in, and why Netanyahu wanted Trump to win.
Well, a key reason he wanted Trump to win was because Trump vowed to throw out the nuclear agreement with Iran that the Obama administration worked very hard on and was very useful to the United States. And Netanyahu didn't like it. He didn't want it. He wanted Trump to get rid of it, and Trump was planning to do that. But he wanted a second thing, too. The Obama administration was putting a great deal of pressure on Netanyahu to work out an agreement with the Palestinians over Jerusalem, which is divided. The final agreement over Jerusalem was going to be divided between the Palestinians and Israel. Israel wanted, Netanyahu wanted the entire city to be Israeli. And so they were putting pressure on the Trump campaign saying, look, this is what we want, and we can help Trump get elected, but we have to have basically have to have an agreement that he's going to help us on this issue over the sovereignty of Jerusalem. And in the very end, that's what happened. There was a secret meeting, or at least a private meeting, in the Trump penthouse in New York, just between Netanyahu and Trump. And after it was over, Trump came out, and that's what he said. He said that if I'm elected president, I'm going to move the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem and declare Jerusalem the capital of Israel. So the Israelis got what they wanted, and Trump got what he wanted, and the American public was screwed in the meantime.
Jim Bamford, in your piece, The Candidate and the Spy, you write, although the affidavit did not specify any individual defendants, the numerous potential criminal charges laid out in the FBI documents spoke to the seriousness of the Israeli plot. They included violation of the foreign contributions ban, which prohibits foreigners from contributing money or something of value to federal, state, or local elections. Other charges included aiding and abetting conspiracy, wire fraud, attempted conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Still another charge, unauthorized access to a protected computer, indicates Israel may have conducted illegal hacking operations. Can you talk more about this? And the man who is the spy in that title of your piece, married to, what, Netanyahu's cousin?
Well, yeah, they don't name the spy. The spy's name is redacted, but there are a lot of similarities with one of Trump's closest associates, Isaac Mohel. And he's a very shadowy character. He's described as very discreet. And Netanyahu sends him on secret missions, various places. So I just mentioned that happens to be a very close associate who goes on secret missions for Netanyahu, at least according to the Israeli newspaper Haaretz, a well-known and highly respected Haaretz. So he's a candidate, but I don't know if he was the secret agent or not. I'm just mentioning him as one of.
So you guys see now my computer's running slow, so I think I may be about 5 seconds behind. If you guys are watching, you guys are looking at a 5-second delay because the computer started to mess up a little bit. So if you guys can still hear me, put a 1 in the chat, please. Can you still hear me, everybody? Yo, we good? All right. But I'm 5 seconds behind, so it's crazy. And it's a little nuts. But as you saw, as you were able to see, Netanyahu bitch hit up Trump and Roger Stone and them and said, yo, throw out the Iranian deal so I can go smash on them bitches. And Trump was like, cool. my Neezy, my Netanyahu. So, goddamn. You see why Trump seemed like he just did a total 180? No wars. I'm the president of peace. I don't want to see people dying and blah, 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 blah. All this and that bullshit. Then, all of a sudden, this nigga said the other day, because it seemed this is how it went down too. So when in 2016, they basically, the Russia hoax was just that. It was a hoax to throw everybody off from him being connected to NUKE Khazarian. As they said in the article, in the interview right here, they knew, the FBI knew, the DOJ knew, it was in their investigation, but they didn't tell anybody. Why? Because they're all Khazarian ball garglers. All of them. It's crazy. The whole goddamn government. So much so, like, all them motherfuckers who even hate Trump, the Democrats, they all Khazarian ball garglers too. And so, whatever Trump usually does, they shit on. Except this. This is how crazy this shit is. They all got Trump derangement syndrome, except when it comes to NUKE Khazaria, they're like, all right, we can back him on this. That's how ill this shit is. They hate the shit out of that fool. But if he starts ball gargling Khazaria, they right on the knees with him. Finally, Trump, thank you. You're here. We've been ball gargling alone. Why haven't you helped us ball gargle? Thank you. Put one in your mouth. Yeah. Go. Suck on it. Yeah. Thanks. That's what's been happening. They've been ball gargling by themselves, and they needed Trump up in there. So Trump started this shit, the whole Russia, because they knew Russia, he had nothing to do with Russia. So they know the Israelis knew they would never find anything. The investigation would never lead to anything. So they can just push that all day. And remember who runs the media in America. That's all that was on all the news stations in America. Who runs those news stations? NUKE Khazaria, or people who are ball gargling NUKE Khazaria. So you see why the Russia hoax was jumped off. This is all crazy shit. This is all crazy shit. So let me see if I forgot anything. So this is the funny thing about what's going on with Trump and the Khazarians. So the Khazarians learned how to rule from the Moors. The closest people to the Moors when they were ruling were the Khazarians. They were the smart slave. Go back and look at the types of slaves. Even in Roman times, there was two types of slaves. There were just a regular worker slave, and then there was an intelligent slave. The slave that could read and knew how to build and do things. That was two different types of slaves. And so in the Moorish Empire, and there was no actual Moorish Empire, but in the Ottoman empires and all the rest of that, or the overall Muslim empire, you had something called the Mamluk. What is the Mamluk? The Mamluk was the white slave who did the dirty work for the Moors. So whenever you hear about the Moors raiding some place and demanding tribute and all that, most likely 8 out of 10 times it was probably the Mamluks. Go look at a Mamluk, white slave, pale warrior slave, whatever you want. So Mamluks and the Janissaries, those were the two main fighting people of the Moors. These are white Christians that they would subdue and capture and then turn into their own, put into their own their ranks and turn them into Muslims. But that didn't happen. They didn't always take the people who they put in their ranks. Islam was so dope back then as far as a religion, people would bring their children to the Sultan to raise, because a lot of times when they would take over land, then the Sultan would take the kids and the women if they were useful, and then kill the men unless the man was useful also. But because the Sultan and they were really they didn't, they didn't kill indiscriminately. They only killed when they had to kill and stuff like that. Now, did they cut people's heads off and shit because they were infidels? Yeah, they did that type of shit. But for the most part, when they smashed on people, it was more of an even kill type of, yo, we only do what we have to do. So, and and they were civilized. They were civilized, and so all the people who they were raiding and all, they was all savages and shit. So a lot of the people would take their children to the Sultan to raise. You can see this in a documentary called Islam, Empire, of Faith. So go look at Islam, Empire, of Faith, and you can see that. And that's a dope documentary. It's done by PBS, I think. But so Trump, though, getting back to Trump, and Trump is the Mamluk. The Khazarians again learned how to rule from the Moors, and so they was like, "Oh, we just the Khazarian or the Mamluks, which are these Caucasian people from these savage lands like Germany and Italy and all the rest of these little places. They considered them savages. These white people. If you go back into what's the book? I have it right here. I can't find the picture, but damn. So, Image of the Black. I have it right here. I can't. The book is too tightly tucked in. But Image of the Black in Western art, they show a picture of, they called the savages in the woods or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of the picture, but it's like the savages of the woods. And then in the picture, they show a castle, and the castle, yo, Deotis Dixon, appreciate you. Thank you for the cash app, brother. Everybody hit that cash app. Real Nagas, the number 9. You know how it go. Come on, y'all. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Hit that cash app. But damn, I just forgot what I was about to say. Goddamn. Goddamn. What was I talking? Damn it. I saw the cash app and lost it. Hold on. Oh, the savages. Thank you. Thank you, the savages. So in the book, there depicts a castle. And then in there's the woods. And out of the woods are coming Caucasian people dressed in leaves. They have leaves for clothes and shit. And they all got red beards and shit like that. They're all Caucasian. In the castle is the Moors. The castle is the Moors coming out fighting the savages coming out of the woods. So the people who used to own the castles back in the day were the Moors. One of the castles, they show in Dragon, where in the first Game of Thrones in season 7, Dragonstone, where Khaleesi is held up, and her and that's where she meets Jon Snow. That place, Dragonstone, is called the Castle of the Moors. Go look it up. Go type in Google, Castle of the Moors. So that was you back in the day. So the Mamluk or the Khazarians, they learned how to rule from you. And so they just started using the Mamluks to take over shit. And that's all Trump is a Mamluk. If you look at it, the Khazarians have used America, which was run by Caucasians, truly Caucasians at the time, which they considered Mamluks. They got them to do their bidding the whole time. Yo, Darian Reed, appreciate you. Thank you for the cash app. And ET6, thank you, brother. Thank you for that cash app. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the cash app. Appreciate you guys. Almost off my cleanse. Almost. I got one more week, god damn it. And then I'm back on my good stuff. I'm back to eating good stuff. But appreciate you. Thank you for the donation. Helping me out on my cleanse menu. That's what I do. I buy my cleanse food with you guys and you donate. So appreciate you guys. So Mamluks, that's who they are today. That's who Trump and them, that's who America is. They're the Mamluks for the Khazarians. So again, you got to go do your history. Look up them Mamluks, Janissaries, and Mamluks. There was more too, but those are the two main. Says Shawarma Band. What'd you say, Roger Roche? Almost, baby. One more week, Roger Roach. Get my shawarma back on, baby. What'd you say, Mel? He says, back to deer meeting. Hell no. Hell no. Mel eats Bambi, y'all. That's a damn shame. Goddamn shame. So, man, I'm loose. So moving along, still with the Khazarians. Coincidentally, this week was the Bilderberg meeting. Y'all know that? They just had the Bilderberg meeting this week. And again, it happened the day after, or excuse me, no, it started the day Israel, New Khazaria, attacked Iran. Is that a coincidence? That little coincidence? Excuse me. That the Bilderberg meeting, and if you don't know what the Bilderberg meeting is, that's the meeting that all the elites, the so-called elites, they meet and decide what's going on in the damn world and how they're gonna run you, and then act like they're opposing factions, but all those factions come together and then they plan out, and then they say, all right, you ready? It's called Three Stooges violence. In the parlance of it is, transcendental. Appreciate you, brother, for the CashApp. Thank you, brother. One more week, transcendental. God damn it. I'll be buying some good I'm eating salmon now, so I'll buy some salmon shawarma with that today. So appreciate you, brother. The Bilderberg just happened the day before, or the day of. And again, this is the meeting where they tell everybody that we're going to look like we're fighting on the surface. We're going to look like we're fighting, but we come back here, we come together, we figure it out. So again, that's called Three Stooges violence. You ever watch the Three Stooges? Whoop, 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 whoop. When they and whoop, and then they do the what is that? They block you like that. So it's violence, but it's not real violence. It's just tapping you. It looks like it's violence, but it's not really violence. They call it Three Stooges violence. Three Stooges were Masons, Freemasons. If you guys didn't know, all three of them were Freemasons, and a lot of the stuff they did was Freemasonic hand symbols. That whoop, 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 all that shit was done in rituals in the Masonic temple when they do that shit. So the Three Stooges was shown when they were showing you their little violent routine. They were showing you how this is how secret societies are. They're truly linked. Surface, they may look like they're fighting and arguing and all that, but it's not real violence. So this is what they do in the Bilderberg meeting. So in the meeting, again, this is where they decide where the world is going to go. So in this same meeting, if you guys remember, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton met at this meeting 3 weeks before the election. Go back and look at this. I think it was 3 weeks before the election. They held the Bilderberg meeting. I think it was in Virginia. And Barack and Hillary just disappeared. And nobody knew where the fuck they was. They were like, anybody know where Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama went? Because Barack Obama was supposed to fly on the plane with the press crew, and then he ditched the press crew. And they were like, where the fuck is Barack? And they were like, we don't know. This nigga just bounced. And Hillary, so the word came out, they were supposedly meeting in Hillary's house. And so there was all these cameras and shit outside of Hillary Clinton houses. And they had the camera focused on the room, her upstairs room and shit. Are Barack and Hillary Clinton meeting right now in the room? They're coming to some type of agreement. Will Hillary Clinton be the vice president, or will she be president, and will Barack Obama be the vice president? We don't know. Film at 11. So this was the shit they was doing. All Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton wasn't even in there. Them motherfuckers was in Virginia at the Bilderberg meeting, and that's where they told Hillary that Barack was going to be the one, and not her. Like, sorry, bitch. People hate your ass. People love this motherfucker. People hate you. So we can't do shit with you. We can take over the world with Barack. So that was that time. So that's the Bilderberg meeting. They tell everybody what's going on. So people who attended this Bilderberg meeting was Alex Karp, Palantir dude, also a Khazarian. But that's the dude who Trump just signed over gave $100 million deal to basically collect all your data and compile all of your data, basically profiles on everybody in America. Palantir, Alex Karp, he was there. Peter Thiel, they say Thiel, but it's really Thiel. Peter Thiel, the dude who started PayPal with Elon and all the other shit that he got. Nadia Calvino, who the fuck is that? That's president. She's president of the European Investment Bank. Mark Roth. Who is that? Mark Rout. NATO Secretary General. He's there. CEO of Microsoft. He was there. CEO of the P.F. Heiser Bakery, Pfizer. He was there. The CEO of Spotify. He was there. The CEO of Deutsche Bank, he was there. The CEO of Ericsson Technologies, he was there. The CEO of Citigroup Bank, he was there. The CEO of British Petroleum, he was there. And Stacey Abrams. Wait a minute, what? Hold up. I'm with you on Alex Karp. Yeah, Peter Thiel. Yeah, CEO, Microsoft, CEO of Pfizer. Yeah, baby, we rolling. Boom, huh? CEO, and Stacey Abrams. What? Stacey Abrams? The fuck is going on in this bitch? So, Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams. You know, Stacey Abrams, she was an erotic book writer. You know, she don't know nothing about government. Her claim to fame was she wrote erotic books, basically about high calorie ass women waiting for some D to come walk through the door, waiting for a nigga in some overalls and carrying a goddamn fucking tool belt, saying, "Do you need anything? Did anyone make a house call for some repairs? Do you need your pipes fixed? Do you need your pipes cleaned? Do you need them cleaned?" So that's what Stacey Abrams wrote. He showed up at the door wearing a very tight tool belt, carrying his hammer in his hand. And then he kicked open the door and asked me, "Do you need your pipes cleaned?" And I said, "Yes! Yes, I need my pipes cleaned!" He said, where's the kitchen, ma'am? I got my van out in the car. I need to be somewhere else in 20 minutes. So if you just point me to the kitchen, I'll hook your pipes up and I'll be out of your way. You meant the pipes in the pipes in the sink. Oh. You sure you didn't mean any other pipes? No, but I got 5 more goddamn jobs after this, goddamn it. Can you tell me where the goddamn pipe's at so I can get this goddamn pipe clean and get the fuck out of here, goddamn it? Huh? Like, goddamn. Goddamn, every time I come over here. So, Stacey Abrams is that the guy? Stacey, what the fuck is Stacey Abrams doing at the goddamn shit? Mel, you funny as shit. Hey, what'd you say? Sounds like the guy on SI. You guys are funny up in the thing, man. Mel said, "Stacey Abrams, hey, you know you rocking with Stacey Abrams, Mel. Stop that bullshit." Don't let your wife see that. So, the topics at the Bilderberg meeting, they included the transatlantic relationship, the war in the transatlantic relationship, whoever that is. It says the war in Ukraine, U.S. economy, the Middle East, BRICS, the BRICS alliance, AI deterrence and national security, which is Minority Report, defense innovation and resilience, depopulation and migration. So, and then again, excuse me, they're meeting again. A coincidence that they meet just before the goddamn the war in Iraq in Iran broke out, or excuse me, there wasn't no war. That was Khazarian attacked Iran. Was fucked up in the way they did it too. Made Trump did it while Trump was working on a deal and shit. This is how fucked up they are, man. Did it while Trump was working on a deal, coming to a peace agreement. Nigga was coming to a goddamn peace agreement, and then Israel strikes and then kills the dude they were negotiating with. Killed 60 people in an apartment building, 20 of them children, to take out a couple of nuclear scientists and a couple of generals. Killed 60 people. I think 50 of them were innocent people, 20 of them kids. Khazarian is foul, man. They some evil ass motherfuckers, man. And so real quick, I think I'm back. I'm not lagging anymore, but I need to show you guys again, because I talked about excuse me, hold on. I talked about how Khazarian, they run everything. So this is the 60-minute interview I told you guys about. So let me see. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I have to stop the share. Boom. Hold on. Here we go. So check this out. And hear what she says on this. This is crazy.
Terrorist organization Hezbollah had been in an escalating war for nearly a year. The Israeli spy agency Mossad launched one of the most daring and sophisticated deceptions in the history of counterintelligence, the pager plot, a modern take on the Trojan horse. Mossad created a bomb in a pocket and tricked Hezbollah fighters into unwittingly wearing these devices on their bodies. The repercussions of the plot have been dramatic, including aiding in the fall of the Assad regime in Syria, the weakening of Iran, and the decimating of the target of the plot, Hezbollah. We spoke with two recently retired senior Mossad agents with leading roles in the operation. To hide their identities, we agreed they could wear a mask and have their voices altered. We started with Michael, not his real name.
The story will continue in a moment.
You were something called a case officer. What exactly is a case officer?
A case officer spearheads the operation. He's the commander of the operation.
The operation started 10 years ago, not with pagers, but with weaponizing walkie-talkies.
A walkie-talkie was a weapon, just like a bullet or a missile or a mortar.
So a walkie-talkie bomb.
A walkie-talkie bomb. Inside the battery, there is an explosive device.
And that was the invention, to put an explosive device that couldn't be detected into the battery.
Correct. Made in Israel.
At Mossad?
Yes.
As I understand it, these walkie-talkies went into a tactical vest that a soldier would put on, and then this would go in the pocket.
Correct.
Near the heart.
Yes.
So Israel sold this device to Hezbollah. Hezbollah paid for this weapon that was to be used against them.
They got a good price.
A good price that couldn't be too low or they'd be suspicious. In the end, Hezbollah bought over 16,000 of these exploding walkie-talkies that Israel then didn't activate for 10 years until 3 months ago. How did you convince Hezbollah to buy this?
Well, obviously, they didn't know that they were buying it from Israel.
Who did they buy it from, or think they were buying it from?
We have an incredible array of possibilities of creating foreign companies that have no way being traced back to Israel, shell companies over shell companies who affect the supply chain to our favor. We create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. The world is our stage.
This is Mossad's old office. Its motto from Proverbs 24:6 says in so many words, wage war through deception and trickery. Kind of
no way being traced back to Israel, shell companies over shell companies who affect the supply chain to our favor. We create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. The world is our stage.
This is Mossad.
Now you hear that? Did you hear that? You heard it. Right from Mossad's mouth. We create a fake pretend world. We are the producers. That boom. I've been telling you that quote. I've been wanting to show it to you because there's nothing like seeing it, hearing it. right from the horse's mouth. We create a pretend world. So yes. Yes, they did. So now you know. Global production company is what they said. Global production company. So now you see just another act being played out with the strike on Iran. This is them. They have nuclear weapons. They're 2 weeks away from a nuclear weapon. Netanyahu been saying that since 1995. Actually, I think there's a video of him saying it in 92, but what they can with confidence trace back is to 95. He's been saying this for 30 damn years. Now all of a sudden he right. Tulsi Gabbard said in her confirmation, these niggas was nowhere near a bomb, even though they had 60% uranium enrichment. They're still nowhere near a bomb, and even if they got a bomb, they couldn't deliver it. They had no delivery system. And there's a fatwa, which means there's an order to kill anybody who thinks about making nuclear weapons in the Islamic world, or in Iran at least. So they're not doing that. But Trump, we got to take them out before they do a nuclear bomb. They can't have a nuclear weapon. They can't have a nuclear weapon. Because that's the political football they need to use. Even though the whole world knows that these niggas ain't getting no goddamn nuclear weapon, but we need that political football because no matter what, we know the dumb people. This is what Netanyahu said, that he got 80%. He has 80% approval over here because of the dumbass Christians. Because of the dumbass American Christians who support Israel and think Israel is the people, Israel is the chosen land and the chosen people. This nigga said this. I don't have this video. Next week I'm gonna have that video because he was talking in Hebrew. And so it's on Jews channels, and they translating it for you. So goddamn. This nigga said the dumbass Americans will support us because of the dumbass Christians. He said that shit. And so, sorry, Christians. Netanyahu knows y'all ball gargling. So that's how this shit goes. So moving along. A week ago, Trump said he would not go after illegal immigrants. Excuse me. He would not go after illegal immigrants at farms, hotels, or restaurants because it was going to mess up the economy. He did that because the corporate people started getting at him like, yo, fool, you trying to take all of our goddamn workforce, bitch. What's wrong with you, nigga? What's wrong with you, bitch? And so Trump was like, all right, goddamn, all right. We won't do the farms, we won't do the hotels, and we won't do the restaurants. But the problem with that is you basically are telling all of the illegals where to go when they come to America. Go get you a job at a farm, go get you a job at a hotel, go get you a job at a restaurant. So you're still, and then those jobs, Americans can still do those jobs. You can get people in jail to do those jobs and pay them. You can get the homeless people to do those jobs. But no, it's the whole industry is going to collapse because only Mexican people know how to work. Know how to work lower jobs, right? That's bullshit. So the Democrats, they thought that was a win. They was like, oh, we won, baby, we won. We winning the game. And they came out and started shitting on Trump. He caved. Trump had to cave. He gave in. He's a weak person and blah, blah, blah. They start talking shit. And the one thing you don't do to somebody with 15 aggressive signs who considers themselves an alpha, don't start talking shit when they give you grace. When they give you, you know what I'm saying? They're hooking you up and you start talking shit. Oh, hell no. They was like, fuck that. Trump said, all right then, bitch. Yeah, Jace. Hey, can you work the farm? Jace. Can you work the hotels? Jace. You work the restaurants? Jace. Jace. That's all they gonna do. That was all they would be doing when they came to America, is those three jobs. if you don't attack those. So Trump had to go back. Once they started shitting on him, he was like, all right then, bitch, fuck that. Game back on, bitch. He said, game back on, bitch. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. So he started raiding the shit again. He started raiding restaurants and farms and shit. They went off. They started going crazy. No, we're sorry. We're sorry. We didn't mean to shit on you. We didn't mean to talk shit. Too late now, bitch. See, you had it. You had it. You had the nigga calm down just a little bit. You just couldn't take the goddamn win. You had to try to rub the shit in, and boom. That's what your bitch ass get. So, game's back on. Sorry, people, if you're running the restaurants and hotels and the farms. And I guess he was really messing up the farms. I guess the farms was really getting fucked up. So, but sorry, the farms is back on, bitch. So, this is what you get for talking shit, Democrats, the Democratic Party. Damn it, that's all my shit. Damn. All right, so feel no remorse for the Democrats, but so moving along. Speaking of the immigration, an appeals court just ruled that Trump gets to keep control of the National Guard and Marines in Los Angeles. Because Newsom, Gavin Newsom, he sued, saying that Trump took the right of the governor away to deploy the National Guard because he knew he wasn't doing shit when all these people were just ripping up the goddamn city. And they caused, like, what they say, a couple $1 billion worth of damage. And then LA wants the federal government to pay. These motherfuckers is crazy. They want you to pay. If you don't live in Los Angeles, they want your ass to pay for them not sending out the police sooner and corralling the goddamn riot. We're just going to let it play out. This is what they said. We're just going to let it play out. We're just going to let it play out. What? You just going to let it play out? You just going to let it? No, we're just going to let it die down. No. These are groups here on purpose to cause havoc and turmoil. They're paid groups. They're communist groups. And also one was by the cartel. One was paid for by the cartel. So they came to cause bullshit. They came to cause bullshit. So if you don't quash that at the beginning, when it first rises up, it's just going to grow and grow, get out of control, which it did. And then Trump had to come in here. And then he said the riots happened because Trump was in town deporting illegal immigrants. That's not even true. That day, he wasn't deporting legal immigrants, or ICE wasn't. ICE was in town in Los Angeles because they were working on a counterfeit ring, a money counterfeit ring going on that involved the Mexican cartels. So they were in town for a completely different thing, and people saw ICE and lost their damn mind. Act like ICE don't have a right to be in your goddamn city or town at all, ever. These niggas ain't got no business, no federal business whatsoever in your damn town. That's bullshit. You don't own that motherfucker. Some parts in your town, town, or your city or your state are federal jurisdiction, federal areas, and your state has nothing to say about it. So, so it says when basically the ruling, the riots were. Hold on, let me get back. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, so basically, what the Supreme Court, not the Supreme, but the appeals court said was, so Trump's assertion for taking over the guard, because you need a national emergency or some type of national emergency event, like some type of federal emergency or something like that. So that's the only way that they can take over the National Guard in the state. So Trump basically said that, well, I had to take him over because one of the reasons was that Gavin Newsom and Karen Ass wasn't doing anything when the riot started. But the main thing was when the people started attacking ICE, when ICE was just trying to do their business with the counterfeiting shit, the police weren't helping them. So that's what allowed Trump to commandeer the National Guard. And the appeals court was like, they looked at the paper like, yeah, nigga, you should have bought the police out, bitch. What the fuck was you doing? Yes, you should have bought the police out and quashed this damn riot from the beginning. You shouldn't have let it get out of control. So they let Trump keep control of the National Guard and the and Marines for now, while this whole backlash against the immigration is going on, which doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon because it's paid for. There's a bunch of videos of people walking, so people doing undercover videos and going into the crowd and start asking people, yo, where do I get, I heard people's getting paid for this. Where do I sign up? Where I get the money? People say, oh yeah, I got paid. I'm getting paid $20 an hour. Some people's like, yeah, I'm getting $200 a day. $200 a day to protest? Nigga, what? Where do I sign up? Shit. $200 a day? The fuck is going on? So minimum they was making $20-something an hour. That's more than you gonna get paid. I mean, that's minimum wage is what, 15 in most states? Getting paid $20-25 an hour. Hell yeah, you doing that shit. You marching all goddamn day, and you out there what, 8-9 hours? Hell yeah. You out there. So Trump has to keep control right now just to make sure the riots don't jump back up. But I think it's bullshit. He just wants to keep military control and then implement that, across America as he has to. But the Democrats gave him a goddamn excuse to do it. Why would y'all give him that excuse to take over? Don't give him no damn excuses to fucking implement a military type government. Don't do that shit. Because at the same time, and another appeals court just ruled Trump. Hold on. Another appeals court, federal judge, not appeals court, but a federal judge ruled. Excuse me. That Trump can't withhold federal funding because Trump was about to withhold federal funding from states, from what they call sanctuary states who don't cooperate with ICE. So he was holding their money back. Like, y'all niggas y'all don't help us out. Y'all gonna be starving over there pretty soon, my nigga. Shit's gonna get tight, nigga. Your ribs is about to start touching, nigga. Like your ribs is about to start touching up in here, nigga. You better start helping us out. So, which he can do. See, that's intimidation. So he's doing a lot of stuff that he actually can do, and he's doing stuff that he can't do. That's one of the things he can't do. Why? Because state federal funding is initiated by Congress. Congress does that. So he doesn't have a right to say yes or no. This is not it's not executed by the executive branch. So he has no jurisdiction over congressionally sanctioned money. He has no power over that. But he just executive order. Nigga, you don't have an executive order because the states are not under executive rule. You can't do that. You can't do an executive order over people who's not under executive jurisdiction. So this court came back. That was pretty a good ruling, I guess, because you don't want a lot of programs are being ripped up that had nothing to do with the reason he was doing it was also not because just of ICE. He was also doing it because of the alphabet mafia, the rainbow mafia, and letting boys play in the girls' sports. So as long as that was happening, he wasn't doing it. So then a lot of other programs were getting taken out because of that. So programs didn't have anything to do with that. So, he was basically holding him hostage. So holding a bunch of other programs hostage so the states could do what he wanted. So they came in and ruled, said, nah, nigga, you can't do that. Come on, cuz. Come on, cuz. But they were like, nah, nigga, you can't do that shit. So, yep, congressional bribery. And that's not bribery, it's extortion. Trump was trying to not bribery, blackmail. It's blackmail. Trump was trying to blackmail or extort him. That's what he was doing. That shit's not legal. He says Trump does not know. Hell no, he don't know civics. That nigga don't know He thought you say that word to him, he think you mean cervix. The cervix, you mean the woman's? Oh no, civics. Not the certain. No. Okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. Nigga, you don't know what civics is? You the president? He said cut gay food stamps. Hold up, yo. What'd you say, yo? He said Honda. Hold up, WD. He said, nigga, Honda Civic. That's what he knows. He's like, you mean Honda Civic? He said, well, I got my Honda Civic out back. You know, we want to take a ride right now. That motherfucker run great, nigga. Goddamn, Hondas run forever. You know what I'm saying? I bought my Honda back in 75. I still got that motherfucker. Oh, not the Honda Civic? Oh, okay. Oh, you don't want to take a ride? You sure? You want to take a ride? Like, no, bitch. Civics. American Civics. Like, no, motherfucker. So, federal judge was like, nigga, you lost your damn mind. You can't just be going nuts out here, just holding people hostage, holding people's money hostage. So that court actually ruled right in that term. And then they said, then one court said that still his decisions are still up for judicial review, which means they still have the power to look at his decisions. However, that should be challenged because the judicial branch, basically, when they say that type of stuff, they're giving themselves power over the executive branch, which they don't have the power to do in the Constitution. The Constitution does not give the judicial branch power over any other branch, but they did that shit on their own because they're supposed to be the law sages, the learned people who know the law. So they was like, well, since we supposed to be the people who know the law, we'll just claim power over everybody else. That's some bullshit. But court was right in this one. So Trump be tripping, nigga. As we can see right now, Trump lost his damn mind. Conceptual Elixirs, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you. Broderick Enoch, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the cash app. Brandon Terry, appreciate you, brother. Thank everybody for the cash apps. Man, got one more week, baby. God dang it, one more week on this whack ass cleanse. But no, everybody should cleanse. Cleanses are good when you binge out on whack food. I was binging out on them Dewey's cookies. God damn it. Somebody else told me too. I told somebody else about Dewey's. I think this might have been at the gym. Somebody was like, Dewey's cookies? Because somebody in here, when I told you, you guys were like, Dewey's is crack. Somebody said that exact same thing to me about Dewey's cookies and how they was crack. I was like, damn. like somebody else said that same thing. So yeah, Dewey's cookies had me on one for the month of May. But I knew I was going to cleanse. That's why I went. I wouldn't usually go ham on food like that, on bad food like that, unless I know I'm going to cleanse. If I know I'm going to cleanse, I go crazy. I eat every goddamn thing in the goddamn universe. I may even eat a hamburger. Not really. But I go crazy usually on that shit. But man, it's almost over. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. You said yellow cake is fire. Yellow cake? With chocolate icing. Yellow cake with chocolate ice with some fudge icing. I don't really fuck with the yellow cake. Chocolate cake. That is great. Give us chocolate cake. Y'all probably don't remember that. That was the if you go back and watch Bill Cosby, he had a stand-up where this stand, I forgot the name of it, Bill Cosby Here and Now or something like that, but he was on stage. This is where he talked about his family. This is where he got, and from that comedy special came the Cosby Show. And so in that special, he talked about how he was taking care of the kids, and his wife went to work, and then so she came down, and she had made a chocolate cake the night before for dessert, and the kids got up and they went and they saw chocolate cake, and they was like, "Y'all want me to make y'all breakfast?" And they was like, they looked at the chocolate cake. They was like, "Can we have some chocolate cake?" And so then he said, well, he looked at the back of the box and he was like, "It has vitamins. It has minerals. It has these are eggs. Eggs are nutritional. And so he said, "Shit, I guess you can. I guess you can." He didn't curse. But he said, "I guess you can." So he made them cake, and so they was around the table singing, "Dad is great. Give us chocolate cake. Dad is great. Give us the chocolate cake." And so that, if y'all ever remember that Cosby, that shit was hilarious. That's when Cosby was truly fucking hilarious. But chocolate cake is great. I concur, Bill Cosby. Only on that though, Nick. So just saying. So moving along, in Skittle news, speaking of Trump snatching funding, the Supreme Court, we'll talk about that story in a minute, but the Supreme Court sparks liberal outrage with the shock decision on transformer treatments for children, for minors. So you remember, so Tennessee just had they sued to, because or not, they didn't sue, but they created gender or anti-gender affirming care. We basically cut mutilation, child mutilation, or child drugging. They created a law against it. You had to be 18 before you go against that shit, right? And every transformer in the state was, "Oh my God, he's killing us! Oh my God, he's merging, like he's taking us out. We don't exist." All right, so they had to go to the goddamn Supreme. They sued, went to, they got ruled against, appealed, got ruled against again. Then it went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, "Hey, no, we not." Basically, they didn't really touch on it. They basically just said, "We're gonna leave it up to the states." So each state has the right to say what type of care the minors be able to go through. So, that's gender affirming, so-called gender affirming care, all the rest of that shit. States have to come up with it. So they affirmed Tennessee's ruling. And so 26 states have those type of laws. So basically they just took out that type of care in 26 states, basically the majority of states. That's a big thing. So if it ever goes to a law or really gets to the Supreme Court again, they can see that most states are against this shit. 26 states, not 50-50. What's that? What's that percentage? But that ain't 50-50. Oh shit, I got you. Got the comments. I don't got no producer that put comments up and take them down. If I get to talking, I forget your comment is up, but it's okay. But appreciate you. Thank you everybody for all your support in the chat, the Cash Apps and all that. Again, Cash App. You want to Cash App me? Make sure you hit the Cash App. It's right there, baby. Bam, at the bottom of the screen. Appreciate you. Also, for people, make sure that you get out there and hook up that great book of melanin research. Get that great book of melanin research, realnagas.com. This is how you hook me up. This is how you support. Get the hard copy, and you get the whole police stop law package for free right here. All of that right in there. Bam, bam. Doesn't say all this, but everything right here. This is what you get. All this right here for free. This is worth a couple $100 right here. You're going to get it for free because I need a law army. I need you guys to know the law, and you will know. I'm going to teach all of you. If it's the last thing I do, goddammit, you understand? You're going to know this goddamn law. I'm tired of hearing and seeing you getting your ass beat in the street all the time for simple, stupid shit that you don't know. Police officer come up to you and tell you to get out of the car. I know my rights. You can't pull me out of the car. I know. Yes, he can. Yes, he can tell you to get out of the car. The driver and the passenger. But after that, they can't force you to give up ID and all that unless you committed a crime. See, if you know your right, you know the law, your rights, you can smash on them. But as soon as you say something wrong in the law, you assert something in the law and you assert it wrong, the police officer got you. Because then everything else you say after that is questionable. Because you done fucked up on the first thing. So get your asses over here, learn this damn law. Colin Johnson, appreciate you. Thank you for the Cash App, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Make sure you get over to Know Your Rights Foundation and learn that law, baby. You understand? again, let me bring this. Hold on. I gotta remove. But again, you guys, make sure you get on over. Okay, you guys can't see. You guys can't see that, huh? Hold on. Oops. You guys can't see that, but hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, dang it. Again, make sure you get over here. There we go. The computer's running slow, so you guys are behind me a little bit. But make sure you get on over here. You understand?
The Know Your Rights Foundation presents Police Stop Law 101. What is a Terry stop? A Terry stop is a brief, temporary detention of a person by police based on reasonable suspicion that the person is involved in criminal activity. It comes from the 1968 U.S. Supreme Court case Terry v. Ohio. As we watch the following video, there are some key elements to a Terry stop we need to keep in mind. Police must have specific and articulable facts, not just a hunch or we got a call, that suggest criminal activity. There is the possibility of a brief detention, but the stop should be no longer than necessary to confirm or dispel suspicion, and if no evidence is found, the person must be released immediately.
Bam. We're smashing. We're teaching you guys. Again, the website, just so you guys know, the website is a resource. You can go here and learn the law. So, like, we're in the constitutional rights tab up here. So we teach you about probable cause. Or actually, you want to go to like legal. So let's go to legal resources really quick. So during these legal resources, again, it teaches you about Terry stop, reasonable articulable suspicion. You got traffic stops, probable cause. So you can learn. This is a website where you can learn. This is not just to hit us up and all that type of stuff. You can actually go and learn. And then also we have the products here. These are the Craxination, the Craxine exemption cards right here. This is the religious exemption card right here. And then we have the liability exemption card right here. Boom. You can also go here and get any of the products individually if you don't want to sign up as a volunteer to get the products for free. But or not as a volunteer, but get the Know Your Rights get the Great Book of Melanin Research. But we have everything over here. This is where you go to support us, everybody. So appreciate you guys for doing that. Appreciate y'all. All right. Am I back? Where am I? There we go. All right, I'm back. So moving along. So in Skittle news. So like I said, the Supreme Court, they ruled, they said, nope. Sorry. No gender affirming care over here in Tennessee. Now, this is going to have, now basically what this means is each state is going to have to ballot out. Now, California, we a lost cause. That's a wrap. That's a wrap for Cali. Cali's gone, baby. We go. But anybody else in any of the other states, just keep a light out. Keep a light in the window for Cali. That's all I'm saying. So shout out to the Supreme Court for that one. That was a 6-3 decision. The other 3 is tripping. Obviously, you can guess it was all the liberal people who voted. And they was like, but shout out to the actual people with sense on the goddamn Supreme Court. Damn. So moving along, this is what I mean by so Trump taking away funding. So gay men in Africa, which is really rare, But some Fruitopian men in Africa blame President Trump for their recent HIV diagnosis after he cut prevention funding. It says Fruitopian men in Africa are blaming President Trump's decision to cut funding for HIV/AIDS prevention for their diagnosis of the virus. The administration's sweeping cut of foreign aid have reduced access to medications like pre-exposure prophylaxis. Damn, these words, or PrEP, which decreases the risk of contacting HIV by 99%. The fuck? Emmanuel Sharam, 25, a Fruitopian man in Nigeria, it must be hard for you over there, boy, told Reuters that he tested positive for HIV 2 months after losing access to the U.S. supplied drug. I blame myself. There you go. You better start with that. Because ain't nobody else responsible for that shit but you. I blame myself for taking care of myself first. Wait a minute. I blame myself. Taking care of myself is my first duty as a person. He said, I equally blame the Trump administration, because these things were available, and then without prior notice, these things were cut off. Basically, that's when he killed USAID. So USAID was doing some humanitarian sort of stuff if you can call this humanitarian. But they have to do actual stuff because in order to make it look like they're a valid business, so called plausible deniability. This part of the organization is doing good and don't know the other part of the organization over here is fucking up and doing bad, so they can always claim we were doing good around the world, we were just doing good, helping people, saving lives. Trump says he's killed 300 people. Is what they say. He killed 300,000 people since he cut USAID. Trump didn't kill nobody. They really said Elon did it too. Elon and Trump. But America has no goddamn responsibility to keep paying for other people's shit. America's not obligated to pay for other people's shit. What the kind of shit is this? You paying for somebody else's goddamn bad decisions. For Africa, for this motherfucker not having sex with a goddamn condom on, we got to pay for that. Americans got to pay for that. Well, not me, not we. Cause you better get on this goddamn tax shit. But y'all better stop paying. Y'all better stop paying for that shit. You better learn how not to pay taxes, goddamn it, lawfully. But your money is going to pay for people to mess up, to have no discipline, to be able to have no. Have some discipline in your goddamn life. Don't do that. How about that? That's a goddamn option. Don't do it. You ain't got to be ramrodded, nigga. How about that? Don't do no ramrodding. How about that? No diddying. Because, nigga, Americans ain't paying for the shit. So, again, he equally blames Trump. How the hell you equally blame Trump? Like he forced you to go butt wrangling. Whatever the fuck it is you doing. He didn't force you to do that shit. So I blame Trump. He forced me. He forced me to go after that guy's ass. Like, no, what? Hey, you sure it wasn't Diddy? Well, it was Diddy, but he was dressed in a Trump costume. So it looked like Trump. A black Trump. Called Diddy. It was called Dinner Trump. Trumpety. Trumpety. That was his name. Trumpety. that was his code name. So it says Ishonza, I guess that's his name. 30, another Fruitopian man from Nigeria told Reuters that he took PrEP pills daily for 3 years. See, he was getting subsidized by America for 3 goddamn years. What the fuck? Why is Americans paying for that shit for 3 years? For your ass. No. For 3 years until he was told by a clinic worker that the drug was now only available to pregnant women pregnant and lactating women. I just pray and wish that Trump actually changes his policy and everything comes back to normal so that the spread and transmission of the virus would be reduced. It ain't coming back. Not in the Trump administration. You think this motherfucker's about to get up there and say, you know what? You know what? I agree with you. Go ahead and booty bust. I totally agree with you going there butt wrangling. I agree with that. You think he gonna come out and say that shit? You know how fast that nigga would die as politically if he came out and did that shit? That ain't happening. So then he said Trump Trump issued an executive order on the first day, blah blah blah, to get rid of it. While Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, signed a stop work order to employees of the the State's Department of Foreign Assistance. So Trump and Rubio, it was really Mark Rubio who did that shit, but I guess he was saying this for Trump. So no more, buddy. None of that shit. And Americans should not, no one else should be responsible for your bad decisions. No one. That's around the world, period. I don't give a shit who it is. Nobody should be responsible for somebody else's bad decisions. Again, what is the definition of sin? Huh? What is the definition of sin, everybody? Definition of sin is not to do bad. The definition of sin is to do bad to somebody else. It's not to do wrong, because you doing wrong when you haven't hurt anyone else is perception. That's based on if it's good for you or not. If you haven't hurt anybody else, that's on you. But as soon as you hurt someone else, that's sin. Remember, sin, transgress. Transgress means to trespass, when you violate someone else. So again, sin is to do harm to someone else. Or violate someone else. Diddy. So, no, you ain't getting none of that's not coming back. Sorry. I mean, we feel that it's fucked up that you're sick and all the rest of that. Seriously. That's messed up, but you just said it. You got nobody to blame but you. So eat healthy. Why don't you do that? Change your diet. That's really how you take care of that shit. Change your diet and it goes away for good. So just hope you get on the good foot. Keeping it pushing, moving along. He said, yeah, no line. Thank you. No habitual line stepping. Thank you, WD. He said, no line stepping. God damn it. What you call it? Hey, man, Roger Roach being here cutting up. This nigga's funny. Most of everybody in this super chat be funny as hell. I can't even put that one up. Nama? I can't put that one up on the thing. What'd you say? Go ahead. What'd you say? Oh, damn, that one. Oh, no, I can't put that one up. I can't put that one up. Y'all are funny as shit over there. But, so moving along. An Algerian criminal, 27, with a raft of convictions, dodges deportation after claiming to be Fruitopian and Transformer. So this motherfucker had a bunch of convictions. 27 years old with you just a hardcore criminal. At 27, you just got a whole bunch of convictions. That means you just bad from the jump. And ain't no changing you. Then it says, but he slid by his punishment by claiming he was Fruitopian and Transformer. This is why this shit shouldn't be allowed. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. This is why this shit shouldn't be allowed. Because if you go and diddle a kid one day as a man, and then they looking for your ass to throw you in jail, to throw you under the jail, to run over your ass with one of them steamrollers, and then you all of a sudden say, I'm a woman, I'm a lady. I'm a lady. But if you try to do that shit, then to subvert the crime, no, you You are a man who took advantage of some kids. And you need to take the punishment as that. You don't get to change your goddamn gender and then go to the goddamn women's prison and say, and live a better, and live, get better repercussions or whatever the hell that is. You don't get to do that shit. That's bullshit. Hold on, so my light went out. So, yeah, that's some bullshit, man. So it says a convicted Algerian burglar, ball gargler, how you put that together? Ball gargler, not burglar, ball gargler, ball gargler. That's how you say it, ball gargler. Damn, hey, you gotta struggle with it, but ball gargler. A convicted Algerian ball gargler and robber has avoided deportation from Britain after claiming he is gay and transformer, despite racking up a shocking string of convictions in jail time. Again, so 27-year-old the 27-year-old who cannot be named for legal reasons was granted asylum in the UK in 2013 and given leave to remain for 5 years. What? This is, boy. These people trying to get out of crimes by changing their gender is crazy. But just months later, he began committing crimes across the country. Right after they got out. So it says between April 2014 and January 2015, he was convicted of burglary, attempted burglary, threatening behavior, and theft. Yet instead of being removed, he was handed a warning letter by the by the Home Office in May of 2015. A warning letter. Stop it. You understand? Stop. Bad transformer. You're a bad transformer. You're bad. You're a bad example. Ah! 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 I won't do it again. Ah! Just don't hit me anymore. This nigga acting like nigga dying and shit. Nigga went to the Denzel School of Acting and shit. Ah! Nigga gave him motherfucking the glory tear and shit. He gave that one glory that one glory tear that Denzel gave and shit. They was beating the shit out of Denzel in that movie, wasn't it? Goddamn, they was beating the shit out of Denzel. That motherfucker dropped that tear. He was like, goddamn, Denzel. Kwame Lake, thank you for the cash app. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the cash app, Kwame Lake. And you guys go ahead and follow Kwame Lake up in here. Appreciate you. Ooh, where'd it go? There it is. Make sure you follow Kwame Lake. Hit that cash app. Appreciate you guys. But man. So hold on, let me see. Where did I leave? So it says, oh, a letter. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, the warning letter. Sorry, stopped at the warning letter. So the warning letter. Stop it! Bad burglar! Bad bull gurgler! So yet instead of being removed, he was handed a warning. Okay, boom. That did what? Oh, that did little to deter him. From May 2016 to 2018, he amassed 8 more convictions, including multiple theft offenses. In September 2018, he was issued a second warning after committing a hate crime and received yet another warning letter for the following year. Another warning letter? What y'all think of pen pal and shit? Nigga secret admirer and shit. What the fuck is this shit, man? How you just keep committing crimes and getting warning letters, but your ass go to jail for reposting some hate speech on YouTube or what is it, Twitter. If you repost that in the UK, you go to jail. But this bitch ass nigga can claim he a woman after burglary and theft and all of this shit. Man, UK, y'all fucked up. Seriously. Y'all better get it together, goddammit. What the fuck, man? Y'all better get it together, man. You say you probably like, what? Wait, what'd you say? Did you say, Miss Jeannie? Oh, man, y'all funny. You said y'all funny as hell. He said, yeah, that nigga got this is crazy. This nigga's, they writing to the nigga. Hold on. It says, his criminality escalated in 2020 when he was jailed for 4 years and 3 months after being convicted of assault, robbery, and breaching a criminal behavior order. A fresh deportation order was signed 3 years ago, and his refugee status was officially revoked by the Home Office. This is crazy. But despite his repeated brushes with the law, he has now successfully appealed against deportation, claiming he would be at risk in Algeria because of his sexuality and gender identity. Henderson, appreciate you. Thank you for the cash app. He says, knickknacks add up too. Yes, it does. Appreciate you for the knickknacks. They sure do. God damn it. You goddamn right. Appreciate you. But so he said, so he changed his gender, whatever. He changed his trans, And so then he goes, basically the same thing that happened with that Abrego dude. When he said he couldn't be deported because he was going to get killed back in El Salvador because of the gang. He was a gang member. And he said if they deported him, he was going to get killed if they took him back. That's why there was a no deportation order to his country. They could deport America could deport him anywhere else in the country, in the world, but not El Salvador. And so that's why the Democrats was talking all that bullshit. But so this dude, he don't want to get deported back to Nigeria, so he claims I'm a lady. Hey guys, is this the way to do it? Is this how you do it? I'm a lady. Don't send me to jail. Just not it. Just I don't want to get diddied. Don't send me to jail. So this motherfucker, he wants to go to the women's jail so he can get diddied in the women's jail, and it worked. This is about to be some messed up shit. People about to be able to get out of sexual crimes against children or minors because they changed it. That can't happen, man. Nah, you are not going to get out of that shit. I'm telling you right now. Best way to get on my bad side is to do something to a kid. I will, boy, if you do anything to a child, I will fuck you up, man. I'm sorry. I will beat the living snot out of you if you do something to a kid. Sorry. Not sorry. I will no remorse. So that gender changing bull crap. What is that? Damn, man. Keep losing my damn space, y'all. Hold on. This damn gotta give me a new iPhone. Damn it. Come on, man. What the fuck? Sorry. Good Lord, man. Seriously, this thing is tripping. All right. So moving along, we're in the science and the weird. So a flying saucer, UFO, was caught on camera by U.S. military in this newly released footage. I'm telling you, when I think the aliens is going to come? I think one of these dumbass people, Khazarian or America, is going to try to release a nuke, and they're going to come and stop it. I truly believe, I'm telling you right, I truly believe this is how we're going to see aliens. That there's going to be some type of nuke release or whatever, or attempt, and the aliens are going to have to stop that shit. And this is how we're going to find out that there's aliens because they stopped the goddamn nuke. And then everybody in the world is gonna have to come together because they see that we not at the top of the food chain in the universe no more. That's what's gonna have to make everybody come together. That's the only thing that could. And the fucked up thing is that you would be coming together against aliens who ain't got nothing against you. The aliens are not violent. They've been here for thousands of years, if not millions of years. They would have been killed humans if they were disagreeable at this point. So, but I think that's what's going to happen. So it says, U.S. military. What'd you say? That Moto G is great. Nah, he says used to have one. I'm switching back. I just got an old iPhone. My iPhone is like 5 years old, at least. So I'm just holding out, baby, till that 17. But I might have to get one soon. But again, so it says U.S. military personnel captured an eerie flying saucer UFO, in incredible new footage that has just been released to the public. Investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell, that's the dude who did the documentary on Bob Lazar about 5 years ago, and he's always on Joe Rogan. And it's also George Knapp. He was the first dude who Bob Lazar released his information to. So investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp say the video was recorded by government personnel over the Afghan-Pakistan border in November 2020. They released it to the public on Tuesday. Just came out. It shows a massive disc weaving. Hold on, let me see if I can find the damn thing, because y'all need to see. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. Let me see for a second. I'm gonna try to find the story in this piece if I can. Hold on. All right, hold on. See, the computer's running a little slow. Uh-oh. Man, this StreamYard is slowing down my computers. I got a whole bunch of stuff plugged into it at once. I got like 5 different things plugged into it at once. So it's probably slowing it down. Hold on. Here it is, flying saucer. So let me see if we can get to the story and I can play it for y'all. So you can see. All right, here we go. Going to share the screen. Tell me if you guys can see it. Tell me when you can see it. Can you see it? Can't see it? No? Yes? No? All right, there we go. So let me try to play this. Hold on. What the hell is this? Watch this. If it ever plays, goddamn, this is running. So I gotta get a new C port adapter, I think, because I'm using the old USB adapters to hook up all of this stuff, and I didn't have enough C port adapters today. So, man, it doesn't look. Come on, man, what the damn video, bro? Doesn't look like it wants to show us the video, guys. Is this it? It's not showing the video. Son of a. All right. Hold on. It doesn't want to show us the video. So go to the Daily Mail. Just go to Daily Mail and type in flying saucer, and it'll pop right up, and you'll see the flying saucer is like it's a shadow, but it's moving across. So they're looking up at it in the cloud, and it's a shadow moving back and forth across the cloud. Now, they know it's not man-made because there's no heat. Well, they don't know it's not man-made, but it's not conventional because it has no heat signature. When they're looking at it, it has no heat signature. God damn, this whole video. If they didn't have so many damn, this, you know what's happening? Daily Mail got too many goddamn pop-ups on their thing. Can you see it? Yeah, right there. Look. Again, check it out. Right there. Look. Yo, I know it's in the clouds and it's dark, but you just look in the circle that it has. Look at that. Oops. Sorry. So so that's about as much as I'm going to. Hold on. All the fucking pop-ups that they want to put on your screen slows your whole goddamn computer down. That's crazy. So that was Daily Mail slowing my shit down. All those pop-ups that was coming to the screen wouldn't let me back on the goddamn screen. That shit is crazy. Fuck Daily Mail. Don't ever go there. I will never be reading a story from that damn website ever a goddamn again. That shit is crazy. That's absolute Absolute insanity. So, but you saw the flying saucer. So it says the first time in history that military footage of a disc-shaped UAP designated as such by the military has been captured on camera and released to the public. This was captured on a thermal sensor. It should have detected heat in excuse me, in any traditional propulsion, if any traditional propulsion was present. But there's nothing. That's one of the wildest aspects. Corbell and Knapp said they spent over 2 years validating the authenticity of the clips. Excuse me, the authenticity of the clips with multiple sources, including individuals who actively worked in official U.S. government UFO programs. The source is this is the quote from Corbell. The source is legit. We know it's real. Knapp confirmed during the latest episode of their podcast, Weaponized. It was not supposed to be made public, but it should have been. So, damn. The aliens is coming. They're coming. They're not coming, though, until Trump or Netanyahu tries to drop a nuke. I think that's when we're going to see it. I could be completely wrong. I hope they don't let a nuke go off, but I think that's when we're going to see him right there. Would you say I'm using what? What's that comment? Wait a minute. Hold on. What'd you say? What'd you say, Roger Roche? Oh, no, that ain't Roger. Who was that? That's Remy the Rebel. Kev using a Tandy from Radio Shack. A what? I don't even know what the hell that is. You old as shit. Nobody even remember Radio Shack. You the only nigga in there remember Radio Shack. And damn sure nobody know what the fuck a Tandy is. So that's only you. So moving along, a map reveals states polluted with toxin that may cause autism. Do you live in one? So California and Oregon are America's hotspots for dangerous air toxins that may lead to autism, a study suggests. Cali, my people, Cali. That's why you better get one of these things right here. You see that? I don't have it on because that shit is loud as hell and you wouldn't be able to hear me during the live stream, but get one of those right there. So it says researchers at Washington University of St. Louis collected 25 years worth of data on submicron PM1 air pollution particles less than 1/millionth of a meter wide and 1/6 the size of human blood cells. While scientists have long tracked the health effects of its cousin fine particulate matter, PM2.5, emitted in the air via fossil fuels, PM1 has largely flown under the scientific radar. Though little known, PM1 has been shown to increase the risk of heart attacks, lung cancer, and dementia. You better hope you don't live in one of these goddamn states. Health agencies are repeatedly conducting a series of studies to find out if environmental pollution can lead to autism, which has surged in the U.S. over the last 2 decades. And in the new study, a map reveals concentrations of PM1 were highest in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Portland, along with parts of Idaho, New Mexico, and Texas. Less densely populated states without crowded cities, such as Colorado, Montana, Utah, and Wyoming, had the smallest concentrations. The researchers did not provide exact numbers, but the data suggests large cities in the western U.S., along with West Coast and South, are the most at risk for harmful pollutions like PM1. So, the way to get you an air purifier, that's a Honeywell HEPA. I think it's called HEPA fuel, HEPA filter. So again, I think it's so Honeywell with a HEPA filter, HEPA or whatever it's called, filter. And those are the ones that hospitals use. Hospitals use those type of air filters. So had to let you know, no autism. Don't be coming up with dementia and autism and heart attacks and lung. This is crazy. So if you live in one of these goddamn states, get you an air purifier. You don't need to wear a mask and shit like that. Just an air purifier. You also can get ionic static air purifiers. Basically, what those do is they charge the air and they charge the particles in the air. So then the particles are the opposite charge of whatever the machine is, and they attract. They just basically suck to the particle and stick. So they have those as well. So you can get. I like that one. I had both of them. That one to me is the better one, but the other one does work well too. So no autism, no heart disease, none of that shit. Get healthy in these cities, people. Got to watch out for the health of my people. So moving along, this is crazy right here. This is crazy. Shit. Flesh-eating demonic worms. That was in the article. That's in the article. Flesh-eating demonic worms that could irritate human skin, and that's a irritate human skin, may invade major U.S. city. A flesh-eating worm doesn't sound like it's just gonna irritate your skin. Flesh-eating demonic worm. All right, let's see what it says. Let's see. Before we jump off the ledge, let's see what it says. Hordes of flesh-eating worms, hordes of flesh-eating worms have erupted from the ground in Texas, terrifying local residents. The invasive hammerhead worm. Hey, didn't that goddamn hammerhead shark just fall from the sky last week? What's up with the hammerhead shit? We got hammerhead sharks falling from the sky, and we got hammerhead worms coming up from the ground. This shit is crazy. What they say, apocalypse? Is this it? Is this the end? So it says the invasive hammerhead worm. This is crazy. What'd you say? Yep. All shit. That's right. All shit gonna get off Texas too. Yep. Nah, Texas is cool. Just y'all got a lot of bullshit going on. But this is in Texas. This is in Texas. So check it out. The invasive hammerhead worm, which can grow up to a foot long, came to the surface in the Dallas-Fort Worth and Houston area after heavy rain, prompting a barrage of posts on social media. Now, I'm not going to go back to Daily Mail, but you can go back to Daily Mail and look at these worms. So it says one user proclaimed the worms were demonic, while a second said, "Houston, we have a problem." Houston, we have a problem. Like, oh shit. The worms are, now this is what it says. Now, you can listen to these motherfuckers if you want. The worms are generally not dangerous to humans. Although their skin contains a toxin called tetrodotoxin that can cause a rash if they are touched. Now, tetrodotoxin is the same thing as the puffer fish. That's what the back in the day, the voodoo people, when they used to make people want to think, they used to make other people want to think they could bring people back to life. They would paralyze them with the tetrodotoxin and then bring them back to life once the toxin wore off. So it's the same thing. Like if you go to eat sushi, I forgot the name of the sushi, but it's from the puffer fish, and they got the people who they like, these motherfuckers got to handle it with care, gloves and everything. Like and if you eat it wrong, you can paralyze your whole face. Like if you eat this fish wrong, you can eat that toxin can come out and you can paralyze your whole face. This is some crazy shit. So that's the puffer fish. They used to take the toxins from that. The Haitians, who used to do the voodoo and shit, the Haitian slaves and shit. They would take that shit, tetrodotoxin, paralyze people and then bring them back later, and so they can look like gods and say, "Oh yeah, nigga, I can raise motherfuckers from the dead." You ever see the movie Serpent and the Rainbow? Serpent and the Rainbow. That's an old movie from the 80s. Go watch that, man. Bill Pullman. Serpent and the Rainbow. This Caucasian motherfucker, he goes over to Haiti thinking he the shit, and this motherfucker loses his goddamn soul trying to fuck around with them voodoo niggas. That shit was so funny. That nigga went over there and them voodoo niggas was like, nigga, who the fuck do you think you is? They scared the shit out of him. That nigga he left like, God damn, don't fuck with the Haitians. That was the moral of the story. That's what I got from the story. Don't go over there fucking with Haitians. Don't do that shit. So again, just so you know, zombie does not mean a dead-minded person. A zombie was an actual serpent god. It was a person of enlightenment, and they flipped it. The Caucasian world flipped it and turned it into a person with no brain, no mind, but it actually was a person who was enlightened. That's a zombie. Zombie was a serpent god. So anything with serpent symbolism means enlightenment. If you don't know, in history, not devilism, no, it means enlightenment. The serpent represents enlightenment, like the Uraeus, the serpent, third eye, enlightenment, vision beyond vision, clear sight. So that tetrodetoxin shit is crazy. Like that shit was then go watch The Serpent and the Rainbow. That shit that shit scared the shit out of you. I'll tell you right now. Says, but they pose a significant risk to local plants and wildlife. With the giant worms being predators that feast on native earthworms, slugs, and snails. Pets are also at risk. They can eat your damn pets. Experts warn with dogs who eat worms throwing up shortly afterwards because of the toxins. Yeah, right. Them worms is eating the dog inside out. That's crazy. The worms inside the dog eating it up. God damn. The worms have been in the U.S. for decades after arriving from South Asia. Thanks, South Asia. We needed that scary ass fucking nightmare shit over here. We don't got enough shit over here. But only started to turn up in Texas in the last few decades. Now, the reason that this story scared the shit out of me is, does anybody remember the movie Squirm? Now, if you remember anybody, sort of, you seen this movie if you used to watch Elvira Movie Macabre. You know, Elvira with them big ass. You remember Elvira? You be like, girl, Elvira, let me come here, Elvira, come here, girl. She's still alive too. Still got them same big ass titties. But Elvira, I remember her titty popped out on TV once, because she used to do the shit. Sometimes she do the shit live. Her titty popped out while she was doing the shit once. The screen had to go blank. Oh shit! That titty, I was like, hey baby, come on, scream. I start clicking the goddamn remote shit, turning the goddamn screen. Come on, try to turn that shit back on. But Elvira used to have the movie Macabre. That shit you would come on Saturdays. So it was kung fu, it was karate theater, and at 11 a.m. kung fu theater at 4 p.m. And then right after that, Elvira Movie Macabre would come on. And she showed this movie called Squirm that came out in the 70s. And goddamn, that movie scared the living shit out of me. Still do today. You see it. So what happened was, it was about these worms. It was probably these type of worms. So it was worms. It was electrical storm. And the power, a power line. So it wasn't electrical storm. It wasn't an electrical storm. Excuse me, not an electrical storm. It was just a storm. And it was like somewhere in the South, like Arkansas somewhere, Tennessee, Arkansas somewhere. And they was in the backwoods. These people lived in the backwoods. These were some country redneck motherfuckers. They lived in the backwoods. And the power line fell and hit the ground. And so it was water on the ground, and the power line was shocking and stimulating the water. So it was shocking the worms under the earth, and so to piss the worms off. So the worms, these niggas was pissed off, and they would come up and they would start eating motherfuckers. Like really eating people, like not like this motherfucker said. Them worms, like one dude, he was a bad guy or whatever. I think he was trying to sexually assault this chick, rape this chick, and then he tripped and fell in the worms, and then the worms all took him on his face, and he's like, they started, and so you had like dangling worms out of this nigga's face. You could see him moving up in the nigga's face. I was like, ah! That shit scared the shit out of me. Them motherfuckers was hanging out. I mean, goddamn. It was called Squirm. I think that was the name of the movie, Squirm. If it's not the name, put the movie. Is that the movie? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember? It's not Tremors. No, it's called Squirm. Nobody remembers. Is it 76? Was that what is WD? See, WD, you remember. WD is one of the movies you watched, wasn't it, W? God damn. That movie. Go watch that movie right now. Because boy. And I think then they used to have a movie. They had another movie called Valley of the Giants, I think. It's when and these rich people they took a boat trip to an island, and the insects and shit on there had eaten some type of growth thing, and they got all super huge. So these like these big ass fucking ants the size of goddamn semi trucks and shit. Did y'all see that in big ass birds and all that? Do you remember that movie? I don't remember that movie. I think it's called Valley of the Giants or Valley of the God, something like that. Valley of the Giants. But they ate this little shit, and all the damn insects grew huge. Oh man, I used to watch the movies like crazy when I was a kid. Scared the shit out of me. Scared the living shit out of me, boy. Goddamn. So yeah. Shout out to the old movie, Elvira movie Macabre. Goddamn girl. Miss you, Elvira. Goddamn girl, you one of my first crushes, girl. With them big old things hanging out. But so moving along. That was the damn movie, y'all. Y'all don't remember. What'd you call it? You said what? Oh yeah, the spider movie. There was a movie called what was the spider movie? This is all in the 70s. They used to do these crazy ass insect movies and bird movies and shit. And killer dogs. All that shit came out in the 70s. One was about the spiders. Anybody remember the spiders who webbed up the town? That boy, fuck. That shit to this day. Oh fuck, I'm better with spiders. I capture them and put them outside. But damn, I was scared of spiders, nigga, for 40 goddamn damn near 40 years. But holy shit. So that was, and the spiders won. Like, I think they tried to kill the spiders. They tried to burn the spiders out or something and piss the spiders off. The spiders like, fuck this shit, bitch. It's on and popping. What? It's on. It's on and popping, bitch. So the spiders went. Was it tarantula? Is that it? No, it's not arachnophobia. Arachnophobia was Steven Spielberg. He produced that. So what was it? Was it tarantula? I don't know if it was tarantula. It was and then all of these things happen in these small ass hick towns and shit all the time. Why is it always happening in these goddamn hick ass towns? But these spiders, they went crazy on the humans and killed everybody in the town. And somebody, what is that? Was it tarantula? It wasn't tarantula, was it? I don't think that was the name of the movie. Was it a bunch of tarantulas? Maybe that was it. Okay, because they was some scary ass looking spiders. So maybe it was tarantula. So goddamn. I don't remember rats, but I remember Ben and Willard. It was first Willard. Willard was the first movie. And then it came Ben with Michael Jackson. So yeah, the movie scared the shit out of me. When I was a kid, goddamn. So moving along, fried chicken. Do you know who was the first to fry up some chicken? Do you know? You know that famous Dave Chappelle joke. I'll have, when he walked into the he was in the South and he walked into the white restaurant, and then he said I'll have, and then the white guy said the chicken. He said, I was flabbergasted because how did he know? He said, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Everybody knew when you walked in here, you were going to get some chicken. It's not a secret that blacks and chickens are quite fond of one another. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. That was one of the funniest jokes I've ever seen. And he said, I'll have the chicken. He said, how did he know? How you know that? How you know I was going to get some chicken? Come on, buddy. So guess who was the first to fry up some chicken and say, come on, buddy? Wasn't you, melanated people? Wasn't melanated folks. It was Romans. The Romans was the first to fry up some goddamn chicken. The Roman motherfuckers was Roman FC. Actually, it was RFC. So it says, where did fried chicken come from? Chicken Caesar. Romans indulged in deep fried songbird in ancient fast food shops 2,000 years ago, study finds. They was frying up the goddamn canaries. They was frying up Tweety Bird. Goddamn, these niggas was frying up Tweety Bird. Oh man, that sucked. That's fucked up. Hell yeah, RFC. Goddamn right. RFC in this motherfucker. So it says, with its satisfying crunch and juicy interior, no diddy. There's no doubt fried chicken is one of today's most iconic dishes worldwide. You goddamn right. I gotta eat healthy now, so I don't eat much fried food. But goddamn, when I do fried chicken, is the goddamn Jesus Christ. You understand? But so it says most iconic dishes worldwide. But we have the Romans to thank for pioneering this iconic fast food, new research shows. Thank you, Rome. God damn it, thank you, Rome. Says scientists have discovered the 2,000-year-old remains of small songbirds that were deep fried and eaten as quick and inexpensive snack. So it's a little fried chicken snack. It's popping a little Tweety snack, a fried Tweety snack. These bony leftovers were found at a trash pit near the ancient ruins of a fast food shop in 2,000 years ago in Rome. They had McDonald's. They had a KFC, an RFC. I was joking, but apparently it's real. There was a Rome fried chicken. Excuse me, or Rome fried songbird back then. So, excuse me. They were found at a trash pit near the ancient ruins of the fast food shop in the Roman city of Palencia on the Spanish island of Mallorca. The dead songbirds, precursor to today's chicken, would have been flattened on site and quick fried for sale to walking up customers. Like they smashed them? They flattened it? Like me, just damn. And they were consumed as a routine street food by the masses rather than an elite rarity for the rich, as previously thought. They thought chicken was for the rich folks. Nigga, everybody eat fried. That's why everybody love fried chicken right now, boy. God damn. You ain't gonna do some fried chicken. No, it's kidding. And it says thrushes. Thracians, I guess. Thrushes were commonly sold. What is thrush? Thrushes were commonly sold and consumed in Roman urban spaces, said Dr. Alejandro Venezuela, researcher at the Mediterranean Institute for blah, blah, blah. This challenges the prevailing notion based on written sources that thrushes were exclusively a luxury food item for elite banquets. Now, thank you, Rome. Let me be the first to thank you. I want to thank you for the fried chicken. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you. Now, do you know what chicken actually is? Do you guys know what chicken actually is? When you eating fried chicken, do you know what it is? Let me see if you know. Who knows? Put it in the chat. If you know what fried chicken actually is, put it in the chat. Because I don't think you know. I don't think y'all know what fried chicken actually is. Don't Google it. No, not necessarily. Well, I mean, yeah, Christopher Perkins got it. This is a dinosaur. Birds are dinosaurs. Did y'all know that? Today's modern birds are evolutions of dinosaurs. The dinosaur that you see on TV and Jurassic Park and all, that ain't what dinosaurs look like. Dinosaurs had feathers. They had colors. Them niggas look like birds. They look like fucking parrots, parakeets. The T-Rex looked like a goddamn parakeet. What you see on TV right now is nothing like what a bird actually was. I mean, a dinosaur actually was. They were feathered up, and they and their evolution or devolution, if you may, whatever you want to call it, into chicken, into fried chicken. Well, you eating velociraptor, fried velociraptor, and fried T-Rex when you go to Popeyes or KFC. You eating T-Rex FC. That's what you eating. T-Rex FC. Velosa FC. So, just so you know. Yep. You said, what do you call it? Chickosaurus? Wait, hold up. Kind Sean called it Chickosaurus. Chickosaurus Rex. We got a Chickosaurus. We got Chickosaurus Rex in this bitch. So that's hilarious, bro. Oh, so moving along. Last thing I got in the science and the weird is this is a long going debate. I just had to put this in there because I just got my two sides of it. The debate is toilet paper, over or under? What say you? What say you? Because scientists have come up to the conclusion. They've come up with the correct conclusion. And all you people, you doing it the wrong way. Just so you know, the way I like it is the right way. Which way is that? We're going to see. I bet all y'all fucking up on the toilet paper side of the game. This is like one of them Seinfeld topics that everybody think about all the time and sometimes talk about, but you never really talk about it. But you think about it all the time. And if the toilet paper is in the wrong way, that you like it when you go in the bathroom, you flip that shit, don't you? You flip that shit. I know I do. I don't give a shit who else I'm at. I don't care. If the toilet paper is the wrong way, when I go to your bathroom, I'm flipping it. So, what's the correct way? Toilet paper, over or under? Scientists finally settle the debate. So, do you agree with their method? It's a cause of arguments in households around the world. And over 150 years since the toilet paper roll was invented, the question of how exactly it should be oriented still triggers furious debate. What do y'all say? A lot of y'all say over. We got some. You say down. Okay, over. So over is when you pull it, and then under is when it goes closer to the wall. Okay, so which one are you on? So a lot of people saying down, over. Okay, all right, Jalen, you an over person? Down. Let's see, over. How about dude? Well, y'all should get dude wipes. Every dude should have some dude wipes for sure in the bathroom. But that should be before the toilet paper. You should do dude wipes and then dry your ass after the dude wipes. Don't have no wet ass out there. Under, okay. Dwayne Williams say under. He says people are sitting on toilets wrong in the first place. Yo, they at the back. He says you are supposed to sit on the toilet reverse so you can rest your arms on the top and relax while you pooping. Is that what you're supposed to do? We got a lot of over people in here. Okay, that's an under. Okay, Nicole, you under. All right, for sure, under. All right, so let's check this out. Let's see what they say. Let's see what the scientists say. Fierce debate. All right, in the over position, the next square of toilet paper is facing the user, while in the under position, the next square of toilet paper is facing the wall. Now, a scientist has settled the debate once and for all. Once and for all, goddammit! You wrong ass toilet paper using niggas. Dr. Primrose Freestone, that's a hell of a goddamn name, ain't it? Primrose Freestone? Oh, nigga, you was a pimp with a name like that as a kid. Primrose Freestone? Oh, nigga, shit. Professor of clinical microbiology at the University of Leicester says the under orientation is actually the safer and more effective despite the image in the original toilet paper patent. God damn it! Because in the original toilet paper patent, it's over. So that's why people would say over, because in the original toilet paper patent, it's shown coming over. However, the scientists, the people with the goddamn knowledge, they said the researcher points out that the over method requires a second hand. That's why I don't like, you got to use 2 damn hands to stop the goddamn thing. A second hand to touch the toilet roll. This increases the risk of the paper being contaminated. Yep. Before it reaches our nether regions, which in turn means greater risk of infection. There is more handling of the toilet roll from the over position, Professor Freestone told Daily Mail. I was right the whole goddamn time. So when I'm flipping your toilet paper in your house, don't you touch it. Don't you turn it back. You understand? Leave it the way I put it. You weren't doing it right. I did it right. I hooked it up. I hooked your ass up. So, bam. What did you say? We got a lot of boom. You say, yeah, I knew it. Boom. You were under. Okay. I've nerd used. What'd you say? I've never used. I think you meant never use 2 hands. I don't think you meant I nerd use 2 hands. I don't think you meant that. What'd you say? I know the video, I know it's off. This is the Streamlab, how we have to do it. I figured out I have too many port things plugged into the computer at once, overloading it because I don't have enough C ports. So I'm using the old USB ports, which is probably why they changed it. It probably draws more power in the old USB port than the C port. So next week I'll have more C ports and it'll run better. So sorry, y'all. But moving along, last thing we got, last couple things. In nigga news, the nigga news, the Naga news. So Juneteenth just happened. Does anybody give a shit? Not really. I mean, Juneteenth, everybody knows when slavery was over, supposedly, didn't really happen for most of the people in America until 3 years later when somebody came on the farm and said, nigga, why y'all still picking cotton, nigga? What's wrong with you? We've been free for 3 years. They're like, what? The fuck? Yeah, them bitch ass Democrats who enslaved you, they didn't tell you was free. You've been free for 3 years, motherfucker. Get your bitch ass out of here. Go do something. Go build your own goddamn business. Go do something else. So that's what it was, supposedly. But again, slavery is convoluted in America. Again, slavery wasn't just by Caucasian people. More melanated people own slaves. I know you're like, it was more Caucasians. That's why more black people own slaves. Well, if you look at it, it's still most Caucasian people. It was only 1.8% of Caucasians who owned free Caucasians who owned slaves. 1.8%. So let's round it up to 2. 2% of free Caucasians own slaves, while 30% of free melanated people own slaves. 30%. And yes, niggas own white people. That's a fact. That dude, was Alex Johnson or what's the homeboy's dude? Anthony Johnson. The first slave owner. The first dude who sued for Anthony Johnson. The first dude who sued to get his slave back. He sued for slavery. He had more slaves than just that one slave. He sued for. He had other slaves, including Caucasian slaves. So Juneteenth was some bullshit. It's convoluted. They don't tell you real history about slavery. How Caucasian people was actually slavery first. Yes, melanated people. Caucasian people were the first slaves in America, not indentured servants, because indentured servitude wasn't real. It was just a ploy to get your ass into slavery. They never really let people out of slavery. Sometimes they did. Sometimes they served out their contract, but for the most part, the contract was extended. So a 10-year contract used to be extended to 20 years, 15 to 20 years. 20-year contract extended to 25. Boom, 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 and your ass would die under servitude, indentured servitude. It was slavery, just under another name. So that happened, Juneteenth. Nobody cared. But Trump came out and said, he came out and shitted on it, which got the Democrats all crazy. He came out and said, we have too many working holidays in America. Too many non-working holidays in America. Because Juneteenth wasn't a holiday till Biden. Biden put it into, he signed it up. Also Pride Month. That was also Biden. So Trump wants to do away with both of these because he says these are woke holidays and nobody works. Nobody works. Says, we got a whole bunch of them. We got hold up. You see that right here? Can y'all see this? Christian slaves, Muslim masters. Right there, get that book. Then there's a couple of them. Oh, wait a minute. Then there is the Irish slaves. Boom. So, yes, people. Caucasian people were slaves. So, but doing away with Juneteenth, you don't do away with holiday with days off. Nigga, what you talking about, Trump? We need them days off, bitch. But I don't work for nobody but myself. But people who work for other people, they need that day off. God damn it, give them that damn day off. Because shit is real in the field. So Juneteenth, some bullshit. We all know it, but whatever. So moving along, and it's funny how the Rainbow Mafia gets a whole month, but melanated people, you get a day. You get 2 days out of the year. Excuse me. You get the Black History Month. Excuse me, you get 28 days. Excuse me. You get 28 days in February. And then you get 1 extra day from June. So that's almost a whole month. As a month, as February with leap year. Melanated people that you get you get a leap year. You get a leap year month worth of a month worth of praise, which is some stupid shit. He says, as a truck driver, I'm tired as hell. He says, truck driver, I'm tired as hell. I get you, man. Goddamn, for sure. Hold on. Oops. So, moving along, it says, so during the month of Juneteenth, this is funny. This is crazy. During the month of Juneteenth, 3 sisters went, the melanated sisters, they went viral for eating at a high-end sort of high-end, medium-end black restaurant, then dashing after ordering over $200 worth of shrimp and lobster. $200 worth of shrimp and lobster. And so melanated people got mad because they tried to post it and thought, oh, we gonna go viral doing this. They thought they were gonna get like some praise or whatever, and people started shitting on them. People tired of this. Melanated people. First off, you robbed melanated people, and they said their reason was because they took too long to bring the check, so they just got up and left. You full of shit. You went in there expecting to do that. They went in there expecting to rob that dude for sure. So then they started tripping when they got all the backlash because melanated people are tired of this shit. We tired of people seeing us as the lowest form in society because the younger people of us who have no discipline, usually no man in the house to teach them, are just out of control with chaos, over feminated, and just out here just doing stupid shit. So, because again, men bring the discipline. Men will smack your ass up if you do some wrong shit. Period. That's what men do. That's what men are about. You start fucking up. What the fuck? What I say? What boy? You better be glad we in public. You understand, boy? When we get the fuck about this damn ring, that's what a man, boy. Tell you right now. So you need that masculine energy. It brings discipline. And they don't have any of it. So they're out there just robbing melanated people, which is crazy shit. Robbing your own people. So no remorse for them sisters. They got all the backlash they deserved. And melanated people, younger melanated people, we got to start man. You just got to start doing better. The parents need to start teaching them better. But the melanated people got to start doing better, or you're going to get nothing in society. Nothing. I mean, melanated people have the stock of melanated people have dropped so damn far on the poll in America. You are the bottom of the poll of everybody. I mean, of every goddamn thing and everybody. I showed you that list not too long ago about how much money the income per race in America, and all the top people were all from Asian countries, immigrants from Asian countries. Like even Caucasian Americans were like somewhere down like fucking 15th. Crazy. America was like 20th, 30th on the list, 30 some shit. Crazy. As far as income. So unless we decide that we want to lift up and do better, it'll never happen. And that's going to have to start with the young people, period. The young people, you got to get to them, because once they get to about 10, 11, and 12, they done. That's over. That's a wrap. You got to get them early and teach them this shit. So discipline them early. Again, remember the kids remember anything that they learn from 0 to 5. You can say, a lot of people say from 0 to 7, but usually about 7, you develop your personality at that point, and it's harder to get things into you. But you can teach kids that from 7, but usually 0 to 5, they'll remember any goddamn thing. They're literally a blank canvas. They have no reference for anything, and you're teaching them everything. They have no reference for anything in this world, and anything that they learn is from you. So you can download them it's like getting a brand new computer. A new child is like getting a goddamn brand new computer, and you can download anything on that hard drive you want. Why not download it with the greatest shit ever from the jump? Don't put bullshit in their head from jump. Don't do that shit. Talk to them regular, so they can start formulating these words in their mind already. The synapses, the brain synapses, can start forming those, so that they can start to learn how to talk early. I'm telling you, you don't have to treat children like children. Not children. This came from the so-called upper class elite people for poor people. They don't talk to their kids like that. They put their kids in responsible situations early. My homeboy, one of And I haven't talked to him in a long time, but shout out to the homie Selassie. My homeboy's named Selassie. His father is well, his father's passed now, but his father, who was like a godfather to all of us, his name was Solomon Burke. Solomon Burke. Anybody know who Solomon Burke is? So Solomon Burke, he was called he's called the godfather of rock and soul, or the godfather of rock and soul. So even before he was with out there with Chuck Berry and what's homeboy name, Little Richard and all them. So they was all at around that same time. Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and all that. So he had his famous song, the most famous song he has is in the movie what is it, Dirty Dancing. It's in the movie Dirty Dancing, and it's called, so when Patrick Swayze is getting ready to have sex with the girl in the room, in Patrick Swayze's room, his song is playing in the background. It's called Cry to Me. So that's Solomon Burke. Really, really famous cat in soul and rock. And was dope as hell. I mean, loved that guy, especially when we were in college. He was like, he hooked us up in college. Now, his son, Selassie, so Solomon used to tour all the time. He used to go on these tours for because obviously he hadn't released a record or his major records since the 50s and 60s. So he used to tour on those records. Even in the 70s, I think he released some stuff in the 70s, but he hadn't released records. So he used to tour all the time. And Selassie, who was my homeboy, who was, he was my age, one of his youngest kids. So Solomon Burke has 21 children. 21 kids. So my homie Selassie was one of 21 children. But Selassie was like his business manager, his road business manager early on from high school. I mean, like 14, 15, he was setting up road deals and shit. Getting them early in on it. So like Selassie became like this crazy, super dope ass business motherfucker. So teach these children early. He didn't treat Selassie like he was some little young child who couldn't do anything. He's like, no, I need you to run my business. And by the time Selassie was 17, he was a full-fledged road musician manager. I mean, this motherfucker had it down. Could get the buses, could book get the hotels, get the business. I mean, he was off the chain with it. Sat there and heard him on the phone do it. So stop treating your children like children. And shout out to Solomon Burke. Miss you, bruh. He was off the chain. He used to come to the dorm rooms and cook for us when we had dates. He was a chef, and we would have dates. And Solomon Burke would drive all the way from Beverly Hills over to our dorm room and cook dinner for us so that we could floss like we cooked it for the women. I love you, Solomon. He was off the chain, baby. God damn it. He used to hook us up. I used to bodyguard for him too. When he did shows, I was his bodyguard. And so used to meet a lot of people. So Solomon Burke, that was my dude. Let's see. What'd you say? 20, he says 21 whippersnappers. What is that? What are y'all talking about up in here? So shout out to Solomon Burke. So moving along, last thing I got, punk ass Brandon Johnson is trying to give small black businesses in Chicago $4.3 million loans, or not loans, business grants. So if you're in Chicago, if I was you, I'd apply for it, but that ain't a lot of money. That's like $2 per business or some shit. But he's trying to do it because he has like a 7% approval rating. And he need the niggas on the side right now because they calling them racist and all that. But this was a racist move. Like this nigga, even though he's racist for melanated people, you can't be like that because that allows Caucasian people to call you out and then do it on their side. So when you say I'm only gonna give money to black businesses, $4.3 million to only small black businesses. If a Caucasian mayor came out and said I'm only giving money to white businesses, what would the whole goddamn melanated community say? Or the whole woke Democratic community? What would they say if a Caucasian person came out and said, I'm giving $4.3 million to small businesses. What do y'all think they would say? That's a fraction. That's a fraction of what the that's nothing of what he gave the illegal immigrants. Nothing. That's $2. That's a pack of now laters compared to what the fuck he did for the illegal immigrants. That's a pack of now laters, man. So let's see. It says, what is he up for re-election or something? Yes, he is up for re-election. Absolutely. He sure is. So is that racist or no? Because one of the reporters called him out on it and he tried to shut the reporter down. So is this racist, people? Come on, melanated people. You woke conscious black folks, melanated Africans, Amarukans. Is this racist? You gotta be, if you call it, hey, I want to see how y'all work, how fair you are. Is it racist? Okay, yep, we got yep. All right. Okay, okay, yes, hell yeah, okay. It's racist. Okay. Yes, he is trying to buy votes. Yeah, buddy. He is definitely trying to buy votes. Oops, where'd that go? He says having an NGO is the new hustle. It is. It's the old hustle. It ain't the new hustle. It's the old hustle that you just now getting wind of. This is Caucasian people been doing this for 50 years, at least. Actually, more than that, because the Federal Reserve is an NGO. The Federal Reserve is a non-governmental organization, a nonprofit, religious nonprofit, listed as a religious nonprofit. So this has been on for 100 years. You just now getting wind of it. An NGO is a non-governmental organization, basically a nonprofit, a offshoot of the government that's not actual government. That's actually the government. So they can do things the government can't do, basically like violate your constitutional rights, because the government can't do that, but an offshoot private company can. So they just give money to these companies to do this shit. So Brandon Johnson, racist laws, you can't do that because that only bolsters other Caucasian people to do racist laws in their goddamn state. You need to stop with this bullshit. Just make laws for Chicago. Why can't you just make just good laws for everybody in Chicago, and then melanated people will benefit from that? But no, every damn party I got the blackest administration. I got black people in here. I got black people over here, and we the blackest this, we the blackest that, and we the blackest this. Well, maybe that's why your goddamn whole town sucks. You got too many niggas in there who don't know shit about government, but only want power. Most melanated people don't know shit about government. Nothing. They didn't study that shit in school. So where would they learn it? Where would they learn it? You got to learn it by being in it. If you didn't study it in school, and even if you studied it in school, you still got to fucking be in it to learn it. So most melanated people who are in government around the country don't know shit about government. Period. You can sit them down and start asking them questions about the government. They would not be able to tell you specific, intricate things about how the government is run. Just constitutional shit too. Just simple shit. But they're in government. And they don't think that's going to fuck up things. You got a position just because of your damn how you look or who you are, and you think that's going to bolster and boost melanated people up? No, when you start fucking up more, they're going to start looking at melanated people like, you niggas suck. Y'all can't do shit. So we ain't never hiring no motherfucking melanated people no more. Fuck that. That's what you're doing right now. Lowering the stock. You're a declining trend line. If you're talking about the stock market, melanated people, we got to turn that trend back up. That means you got to get knowledgeable about the system to take advantage of it. No more, I think I know what the system is like because you read a few definitions and you saw a couple of papers online. Sit your ass down and really learn it. Get in there. Go to the goddamn law library. Go to the goddamn whatever library you got to go to. Google whatever the fuck you got to Google. Pay for whatever membership you got to pay for to get the extra information. Melanated people, you are so surface on information, it's fucking ridiculous. That's why somebody like the Huff dude, the Christian dude, can break down somebody like Billy Carson. Not that all Billy Carson's information is surface information, because a lot of his shit do go deep. But when he was talking about that Christian shit, that was surface information. And you don't say that I'm the one of the most foremost people in the world on Christianity when you not. When you can't answer 2 questions from a dude who really do that shit. So melanated people, this is the new way you have to start being. You have to start going in depth on your information. Go deeper. Go be disciplined. Follow that shit out. If you see a word that you don't understand, read that word until you fully understand it, and keep going and keep going and keep going. That's what you have to do when you learn the law, for sure. If you ain't about that, don't come try to learn the law, because when you read a case, it's going to lead you to a word, and you're going to be like, God damn, what does that mean? And you're going to have to look that word up, and that word is going to lead you to a whole nother thing. But it's going to open up a whole world of law for you when you do that. So you should be doing that in your everyday life, no matter what it is. Stop accepting surface information. Niggas don't read the instructions. I'm guilty of that shit. I'm truly guilty of not reading the instructions. Trust me. I like to I'm a visual person. I'm a visual learner too. I can look at shit and put shit together just by looking at it. However, sometimes you got to sit your ass down and read the instructions. If it got too many goddamn intricate parts, too many damn screws, too many nails, you don't know where all this shit go. I got to sit down and read the instructions. Melanated people, start reading the goddamn instructions. Moving along. Last thing I got in police style law class. Make sure you hit that damn CashApp, that chicken shawarma, that shawarma button, that T-Rex shawarma button. Not T-Rex. I'm still on the fish right now. But so the last thing I got, police stop law lessons. So there's a Supreme Court case called Arizona versus Evans. We talked about something called the exclusionary rule. So what is the exclusionary rule, or fruit of the poisonous tree? Talked about this a few times before, but I'll give you a rehash it real quick. Excuse me. The exclusionary rule is if you get pulled over by a police officer, or stopped by a police officer, or they kick your door in or anything, you get engaged by a police officer unlawfully, and that police officer finds anything incriminating against you, because the arrest or the initiation, the investigation was unlawful from the jump, that stuff can be thrown out. That's called the exclusionary rule, or fruit of the poisonous tree. So if a police officer violates your constitutional rights and then gets evidence on you after violating your constitutional rights, that evidence is not valid. It can be thrown out under most circumstances. There are some circumstances that it's not like that. So some of them are, search warrants from the court, if they're bad on its face, but the officers didn't have anything to do with the warrant. It's just bad because the court did it. Or another same thing, an arrest warrant. So in Arizona versus Evans, 1995, a dude got arrested, and they got pulled over. He got stopped. They found out he had an arrest warrant on him for him in the system. They arrested him, and when they arrested him, they found he had some contraband, right? So some illegal contraband. So they arrested him. They charged him with that. So in the case, he moved to throw out the illegal, the contraband that they found, basically fruit of the poisonous tree, or the exclusionary rule. But the court said, nah, we can't do that because so what happened was the reason he wanted the exclusionary rule, because the arrest warrant wasn't valid. The arrest warrant had already went off a month or two before before he just got arrested this time, but it wasn't out of the system. So, but he wasn't under a valid arrest warrant. So when they arrested him, it wasn't valid. But so the court said, even though the arrest warrant wasn't valid, that the evidence that a police officer finds after an arrest warrant, if the police officer didn't lie to obtain the warrant, if the mistake is from the court, the system, then they can still use the evidence against you. So Very important. Exclusionary rule. Usually things can get thrown out if the police officer engages you unlawfully or investigates you unlawfully or arrests you unlawfully. However, if they're done in, it's called being done in good faith. The police officer didn't know, so they get the good faith rule because it was solely from the court or this, the court system that had the error. You say that's some bullshit. Who said? That's some bullshit. Yes, it is. But this is why you need to learn the law. The law is intricate like that. But I'm telling you, when you know the law, it's ridiculous what you can do in the law. We're in here watching judges being able to break judges down when we watch judges go over it, finding out how to get a judge taken off the court. This is, do you know how to get a judge disqualified? I bet you don't. I give you the tip. So real quick, this is one way you can get a judge disqualified. I don't know the exact federal law right now. I have to look it up, but I think it's under Title 15 or something like that. If not, somebody can you could put it in the chat for me. But federal law says a judge cannot practice law from the bench. A judge cannot practice law from the bench. What does that mean? A judge cannot give advice. They can't tell you certain law things to do. They can't tell the prosecutor things to do. They can't argue the case for the prosecutor. So if the judge is up here arguing the points of the case for the prosecutor, they're practicing law from the bench. But the real simple way to show that a judge is practicing law from the bench is ask them bar card. Like, are you a member of the bar? If a judge is a member of the bar, that means they're practicing law. And they can't practice law from the bench. It's against the law, federal law. And you can get them disqualified. But nobody knows about that. See, this is why you need to be intricate in knowing the law. You understand? Got to be intricate in knowing this damn law. Get out there, get your constitutional rights card, get your stuff. Now, this is for the people who haven't seen the constitutional rights card. This is what's on the front. I'm not going to show you the back because that's where the real law stuff is. But this is the first part. So the bearer of this card expressly reserves all U.S. constitutional rights and chooses to exercise the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments thereof in the presence of or detainment and arrest by any police officers or public officials. These rights include, but are not limited to, the right to remain silent, the right against unreasonable searches and seizures without a warrant. The bearer of this card does not consent to searches. Number 3, the right to lawfully record police officers in public. The right not to be unlawfully harassed or profiled by police officers due to my race, religion, and or creed. Your creed means the ideals which you go by, your philosophy. And then also the right to legal representation. This is what the officer sees when you first hand him this, the first part. Then he flips to the back and then he really sees how he's going to get his ass diddied if he violates your constitutional rights. So this is why people, when they get pulled over, and I'm getting a bunch of stories of all I did was hand them this card. They told me 2 minutes later, he came back and it was like, have a nice day. Officer don't want to deal with this. They don't want to see you coming to them with this law, with laws put together like this, written in legalese. This is written in legalese. So they don't want to see that shit. So for you, make sure you get out and get the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy. Make sure you hook it up. This is how you support me at realnagas.com. This is how you support the boy right here. Bam. Oops. This is how you support right here. You get the whole police stop law package for free. Everything that's shown right here. I didn't list it right here. I didn't have enough room. But you can see it all right here. The Know Your Rights Manual, Public Official Bonds Book, the Constitutional Rights Card, the Qualified Immunity Card with the notice, and Flashcards 1 and 2. You get all of this plus the Great Book of Melanin Research, the books 1 and 2. everything you need to know about your melanin. For the past 120 years, they've been studying your melanin, what it can do, and it does very powerful things. Not spookism, not mystery, not some sci-fi. Your melanin has science fiction powers. Your melanin has science fiction powers, but it's not science fiction. It's science fact. Your melanin can do some amazing things, like absorb light, heat, and sound. Absorb sound. You understand that? Your melanin can absorb sound and convert it to chemical energy for your body. What's chemical energy? Carbohydrates. That's chemical energy. Sugar. That's what your melanin does. And way more. And oh, yes, Caucasian people, you got melanin too. So this is not just from externally dark-skinned people. Everyone has melanin. No one can escape it. If you didn't have melanin, you would die. Everyone in the world needs melanin to survive, either internal melanin or what's called neuromelanin or external melanin, which Caucasian people, you have pheomelanin, and dark-skinned people, you have eumelanin. So everyone needs this book. You should have it. Should be doing book reports on it with your children, with your chillins. We're doing it, goddammit. But I'm telling you, if I had kids, they would be doing book reports on. They would be masters in this shit. They would be masters, especially if my kid was 1 to 5. Oh, by the time they were 6 years old, they'd be breaking down every goddamn scientist in the world on melanin. Masters. I just saw a 2-year-old race a goddamn racing a goddamn go-kart in a major race. It was a bunch of 2-year-olds in go-karts skidding. She knew how to do everything in the car and everything. The dad said, "You need me to help you?" She's like, "No." As soon as the thing said go, boom, she took off. 2 years old. Seen another girl 7 years old flying a plane. I think I mentioned this before, with the dad in the back, but she was flying up front. And then she landed, and she landed great. And the dad said, "That was pretty." She said, "How was that?" And he's like, "That's pretty good." And she was like, "Pretty good's not good." 7. So stop babying your children. Get them out here. They should be learning all of this stuff. The Great Book of Melanin Research, the police stop law package, doing book reports on that, everything that they need to do to get in there again. And that's the way you support. And I appreciate you guys for doing that. Also, like I said, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and sign up as a volunteer, or KYRF.org. Sign up as a volunteer and get in there. We'll teach you the law for free so that you get back out to the people, to your community. Teach it to the community. You got to work to get one of these law certifications, a Know Your Rights Foundation Academy certification. And once you get that certification, you're good to go. You get it back out there. We got our law army. We be building our law army slowly but surely. It's going to pick up, though, because once things starts to grow, sometimes once it starts rolling, it becomes exponential. So once the ball starts rolling, it's no turning it back. The only reason it's not that big so far because I'm the only one out here promoting it, because our product is to teach and make sure everyone knows the law. So we're not really out here like that. I want to make sure that when we get released to the public, we are law professors in this bitch. I don't want just law students. I want law professors. I want you to smash on anybody, a constitutional lawyer, anybody, when you meet them. That's what we building. Ginsu knives with the law. So that's what we want. And so appreciate you guys for supporting. Again, realnagas.com to get the Great Book of Melanin Research. Great Book of Melanin Research right here. This is how you support right here. The real way to support Great Book of Melanin Research, or hook you up with all the goods for free. And then if you can't, then just go to patreon.com. You can go to patreon.com. Also sign up to patreon.com/realnagas. Sign up to one of the highest status class levels, and I will give you the paperwork for free. And if not, please just go to the Cash App. You want to bless your brother with some love this week, throughout the week, some vegetable shawarma for another week until I get back on my damn real stuff. Appreciate you for doing that, and everybody who sends Cash Apps throughout the week. really hits when I'm ordering some shawarma and somebody comes in with a CashApp, and I be like, oh snap, they just paid for my lunch. Appreciate y'all for that. So thank you everybody for showing up. Appreciate you guys for dealing with me and this damn whack ass computer, whatever's going on with Streamlabs and all this. I hope we get it better next week. If not, I may have to go back to my normal way of streaming because I can't deal with the clicky and the time lapse and all. I can't deal with that. I can't really deal with that. But if we can fix it, we can make it better next week. We're gonna get back to it. So appreciate you guys. Thank you everybody for showing up. Excuse me. Thank you guys for showing up. I'm hungry as hell as usual, and I'm out of here. Deuces.